everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
Hello everybody, welcome back to NaruTalk, the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto. I'm your host, Liam English, and with me as always is my co-host, Katie Sederi.
I'm like,
got him again.
I have no patience for you right now.
I am tired of you.
If y'all hear a door slam, it's because I left.
or because it's that motherfucker who posted on a goddamn Snapchat story.
Yo, fuck. Okay, for context, so Snapchat has this thing where you can post to the story of the town you're in. So for us, someone posted on our town that anyone in the world could view. Like, they just crept up on us recording. It was like, yuck, NaruTalk.
Mm-hmm. It was NaruTalk with the barf emoji.
If we find you, we're going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, like,
this is a threat.
Raj has been looking to throw hands for a while.
Yeah, for a long time.
If you're gonna insult us, do it in a 5-star review.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Say
or my face.
Say
I will beat the shit out of
the
you.
puke emoji in a 5-star review.
Yeah. Or again, to our face so we can actually, like,
Oh,
fight.
But also,
Yeah.
Thanks for the promo.
Yeah, no.
They didn't take out our
tag.
tag. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of fine.
Free clout.
I think anyone in the world who clicked on purchase at that time, what they saw was NaruTalk.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good.
like 50-50. Anyways,
I just like how, like, because our friend texted to me, was like, hey, Raj, you guys have a hater now.
hey, but I also feel like that kind of means that we made it.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
We're, like, now a force where someone knows us well enough to go, like, yuck, it's the NaruTalk game.
Even though I do think that people have hated us before.
Well, that was more
That way.
individual.
Yeah.
I like to
That's
imagine
entity.
that this was a hate for the podcast, not for any individual. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people hated the podcast.
But that's fine.
We hate the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the optimistic way to look at it is to think that they listened and then they decided they hated it.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I'm at least telling myself.
That's what helps you
feel
sleep
like
at
it's
night.
more
Exactly.
likely to be like they didn't listen, but they just are annoyed that the lounge is being taken.
Yeah, I guess that could be it. But you know,
Promo.
yeah, exactly.
Promo's promo.
Anyways, Katie, how
And
you
pussy's
doing?
pussy.
I'm good.
Don't no, that is
No, we should explain that maybe.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
comedian at Purchase. No, that's good. That's so funny. It's this comedian at Purchase who's just so bad.
the worst person.
Brilliant,
Well,
actually.
I saw him like signing up for comedy club, and his question was, so like, you guys are cool with edgy humor, right? Like, how racist can we be?
Wow.
Yeah, like that was his
I
like.
hate
going
that.
back.
And in
How
case you were
racist?
wondering, ding ding ding, white kid.
Oh yeah, well of course,
Yeah, yeah.
like shitty, like he looks like fucking Splinter from Ninja Turtles.
No, Dad's like Franklin
Yeah.
the Turtle,
No,
bro.
he
He's
looks like
like
that kid from Flushed, or the rat from Flushed Away.
Also, any
Just-
rat you want. He
yeah,
looks
and
like a
not
fucking
a
rat.
cute looking rat, not
No, no,
adorable. One of those like deformed old 50-year-old rats that are like,
Oh, yeah.
who tell other rats how to
Or
live.
a rat made of clay living in the sewers. But what is the point? Oh yeah, he has this bit, and the punch. I don't remember the whole bit, but the punchline is, "Hey, pussy is pussy." Which
I don't even think it was
Oh
the
my
punchline.
God.
I think it was just something he stated.
Yeah.
He was in the middle of the joke. He was like, "But you know, like pussy's pussy." So anyway,
expecting like we come from like the most liberal like
Yeah.
school in
we're
the world,
so progressive here.
expecting raucous applause.
Are we like number 6 on the most progressive? Like,
Surely,
colleges?
yes. Yeah.
Most definitely.
The only thing not progressive about our school is when people get too progressive and then are like dicks about it.
Oh yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
literally the only thing you can say about our school that isn't progressive.
yeah. The food isn't progressive. We're kind of
That's-
stuck in like the
and
past.
the food sucks, yeah.
and
And also the base.
food sucks. Yeah, especially when you find a fucking metal shard in it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You found a metal shard in it?
Yes, I found a
What?
metal shard in it. It was like a fucking piece. It looked like a piece of
In a
paperclip. In a
burrito?
burrito.
My friend found a screw in a cookie.
Yes.
Dude, this is insane.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
What is up with finding metal in your food
Okay,
at the
but
hub?
so it wasn't. It was a D Hall cookie, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It was
yeah.
a D Hall cookie, and it was a hub burrito. My thing is though, right? A cookie, you look at the cookie, you're like, oh, that's a screw. A burrito, you cannot
Yeah,
see what's
you
inside.
Can't.
it.
No,
That's
that's
true.
hidden.
I bit into it and was like, what's this hard thing in my mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Wait,
piece of metal.
Do you know what it was?
Yes. Okay.
Boy.
So I had a meeting with I immediately emailed one of the managers at the hub and was like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
this is not an okay thing. And he was like, do you want to meet tomorrow? And I was like, yes, 2:30 on the dot. We're meeting. We're having a conversation about my death burrito.
Yeah. Well, which like seriously?
Yeah, that would have
what the
killed you.
fuck?
Yeah.
Join the Discord and I'll put a picture in the Discord of
Ooh,
the metal.
Nice
that I
plug.
found.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my Katie. Sorry, we never got to how you're doing. I hope you're good.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay. Even if you're doing shit, I hope
We're
you're
skipping
okay.
past your intro.
Cool. That's wonderful.
Death burrito's more important.
This is my other co-host Morgan Williamson.
Yeah, so I almost died. So 2:20 comes, and I'm standing in the hub, And the guy was like, yo, go to one of the cashiers and tell them to come get me. And so I went up to one of them and I was like, hi, my name's Morgan. And like my, like, you know, being polite voice. I'm like, hi, my name's Morgan. And I'm here to talk to Andrew. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll go get him. So I'm sitting there and she comes back and she goes, he's not here.
What?
But you scheduled the meeting,
He said,
right?
yeah, 2:30's fine. So he's not there. So I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. And then another cashier comes, and it's the one with, like, the blonde hair and the glasses that's, like, a little bitchy, but, like, also awesome.
Right.
Which makes no sense for any of you listening, but, like, picture it. She comes up and she goes, "You're here. What are you here for?" And I pull out my piece of metal that I had in a baggie and brought to the meeting because I was taking it very seriously. And I was like, yo, I found this in a burrito. And she was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, a piece of metal. And she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'm here to meet with Andrew to discuss it. And she was like, oh, well, today's not a good day for you to meet with him.
And you did make the meeting with
yes,
the
I did.
guy.
With him.
Jesus
And I was
Christ.
like, yeah, but I emailed him and scheduled a time. She goes, oh, okay. But it's still not a good day for you to meet with him. I'll go get somebody else. So she goes and gets somebody else, and she's like, James is coming up. And I was like, cool. And then she goes and sits with one of her friends and just starts shooting the shit. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wait
like,
here with my medal.
To be clear, like, because I saw this post on Facebook, and it started with, like, just the text, right? And I was like, well, you know, like, they're trying their best, something falls in. But it was, like, a big piece of metal.
It was, like, a 3-inch piece of metal that looked like a paperclip.
They disrespected the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So, right, finally, Andrew shows up. And he calls to the woman who went to go get him. And she's like, she's over there! And he comes up to me and he like, looks at me with, like, concerned eyes, like I'm about to start shit. And there's more information on the story that I got today that nobody knows.
Sure. Are we gonna get it?
Yeah, you get the exclusive! So he walks up and I shake his hand and I'm like, yeah, hi. And he was like, how are you doing? And I was like, good. I didn't swallow it. And he was like, yeah, that's good. So I'd like to
And he was like, shit, we wouldn't have had to have this fucking meeting if you had.
I'd like to bring you into the kitchen to show you what I think it might have been. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, is this the new news?
No.
Okay. I didn't know about this, though. This is pretty
So
interesting.
I didn't post about this, but this isn't the news that I got today.
Okay, so scene change.
So I walk into the kitchen, which is disgusting.
I love this. Is new info for me. I don't know anything about our kitchens here.
Disgusting. Cluttery. Far too many people. Like, the offices are gross. Like, it's nasty in there. Not nasty like dirty, but nasty like should not up to health code.
This is like an expose.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching Law and Order.
He's
my
like,
God.
okay, so we use these strainer things, and it looks like a piece of mesh that's in the shape of a spoon that's pretty big that they use to scoop the meat out after they cook it. And he was like, sometimes when they get old, they break apart and pieces of metal fall off.
Sure.
And so the one that he showed me was broken and rusty and disgusting.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense that it would break off of that and into the food and you wouldn't check it before you serve it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then a different old man
I eat
shows
there
up.
like 6 times a day.
Yeah.
Every meal that you walk away from.
And I steal 3 additional meals, too.
A different guy shows up and he goes, oh, is that the one we threw out? And he goes, yeah, this is the one we are throwing out. Which means they had used it up until that point of rusty and broken.
Oh my God.
And so he was like, listen, I want to thank you for emailing me and not making a bunch of, like, shit posts on Facebook. And I was like, well, I already did that. And I'd like to take care of you. So I really want to take care of you. Whenever you want to come to lunch, we'll give you, like, a meal or 2 free meals. Which, for those of you who are listening, that is the equivalent of, like, $12.
Yeah.
I could have died or, you know,
and also,
punctured
like,
a lung
he
or
was
some
late
shit.
for the meeting, and you, like, exposed how disgusting the kitchen was. And he, you know, was like, here's $12.
Yeah. And then he went back and just said 1 meal.
So $6.
So I'm like,
$6.
So I'm like, all right. I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. And then I left because I was like, I'm not going to get anywhere with this man because he clearly just wants to brush me off and send me on my way.
Right.
So then I made a comment updating everybody who had followed my post on Facebook. And then today.
This is the new news.
Yep. I got an email.
Yes. Are you gonna
from Andrew? I'm gonna read it.
Read it verbatim?
Yep.
All right. I guess I'm gonna have to share this episode on the open forum and be like, again, exclusive purchase expose.
Yeah.
No timestamp.
Yeah.
Tell them it's at the end.
He said.
It's at the very beginning.
Fuck with them.
I'll edit the
They'll be
entire
like, there's
intro.
more at the end and listen to the whole thing.
And it's just the intro again. We freak them out.
Good afternoon, Morgan. I hope all is well with you. I just wanted to follow up with you regarding the incident that we met and discussed yesterday. As I see, there are still some concerning social media posts being
my gosh.
presented.
Love it.
Please let me know if there is anything else you would like to discuss with me or that I can do to support you. Again, I appreciate you taking time to come and to speak to me directly on this matter. Kind regards.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, bro, clean the kitchens. Like,
yeah,
like
please.
Well, and it wasn't, I was not rude in the post. Like, I was very,
you were like, hey,
professional.
here's
I was
the
like,
massive chunk of metal.
and I
that's in
didn't
my
post it
burrito.
to be like, yo, fuck Purchase. I posted it in case anybody got a burrito and was like, what the fuck is this metal? Like, I wanted people to know
Fucking
that,
my
like,
friend
hey.
died.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody was like, report him, and I reported it to, like, the dining on campus thing where you can report issues that you have. And then everybody was like, sue for endangerment. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I totally could do that because he brushed me off and gave me $6 that I'm probably not even going to receive. Because why would I want more food from the place that almost killed me?
Another excellent point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's the current...
And then I called my mom and she told me to calm down. And then she was like, tomorrow I'm going to call the school and bitch. And I was like, you just told me
you've done...
who experienced it to calm down. And then you, my mother, are going to call the school.
Yeah, you've done the
I've done
legwork
everything
of
I can.
professional bitching. Like, you've
Yes.
gone to the source, you know what I mean? And,
Directly.
like, done what
I
you
walked
can.
through the kitchen and was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man. Wow. So there's a tease because this is like, well, also I'm joined by. Wait,
It's me and Katie Sedaris.
Let me loop back really quick. First of all, I was thinking this the whole time and I couldn't find a good time to say it.
Okay.
If Katie had gotten metal in her burrito, she would have been fine with it because she's an android.
Yes.
Would have been
Oh,
funnier if I had
yeah.
said that right away, but I couldn't really find a time to slot it in there.
Yeah.
But Katie, how are you? Have you eaten any metal lately?
No, not that I can remember.
You may have.
Yeah,
Remember.
I might have. I wouldn't have known.
Right?
I
Any
don't eat at
cookies
the
from
hub, though.
D-Hall?
Although, yeah, maybe in cookies. I do
So-
eat the cookies from D-Hall.
Exactly.
You'd notice though because you break them into
I do. I break them into tiny
pieces.
pieces and then I eat them tiny
She eats
piece
them crumb by
piece
crumb.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
She'd pull the screw out and be like, I don't want that, and then continue eating the cookie.
or she pulled the screw out and be like,
yeah.
"This
and
is what I want."
I
and
did
throw the rest
finish
of
the
it.
burrito.
You did finish the burrito.
Yeah.
Well, you got
Like
it.
I
good.
ate because I didn't have time to get more food.
And
Like I had
food
shit
waste.
to do.
No, honestly, you gotta, like when I set my hair on fire, I still smoke the weed that I tried to
True.
light my hair on fire. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta just do it.
I mean, and you had set your hair on fire at that point.
Yeah, like what am I gonna like?
Exactly.
The emotional trauma of holding my own hair in my hands, watch it crumble before me, let that stop
And
me.
the
No.
nosal trauma of how
Oh,
that smelled.
yeah,
bro, which
that
I,
was-
to this day, remember.
Yeah, it hurts.
Sometimes Katie sets her hairs on fire.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that's like a controlled, tamed environment. I
Yeah.
didn't want to have like my hair set on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it smelled like that.
And also
it smelled like fear.
You light like one hair at a time, right? You,
Yeah, like
take
one
it out.
hair if it like falls out of my hair and then you dip it in a candle and then it goes all the way up the hair. It's really fun.
Right. See, Raj's hair
Yeah.
was on fire.
Yeah, it's different.
my head.
Yeah.
I was
But I do
Ghost
know this
Rider
now.
for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said the name a few times, but as always, the other deep, sensual male voice, co-host with the mo-host.
Deep.
Co-host with the
Sensual
mohos.
male.
What does that mean?
It's Raj.
Hi. I guess we're at the well. Today was my last day of daycare. As an intern,
Yeah.
at least. As an intern, that was it, and
Hopefully
it was.
you get hired.
Hopefully, if everyone who listens to the podcast believes and sends me that
Believes it?
energy, believes it. Ooh. And then when I don't get the job, you guys weren't believing hard enough. I'll blame you.
Yeah.
And not my
Yeah.
lack of skills.
Yeah. Hey, so this is like kind of the end of season 2 of NaruTalk. You
Yeah.
could argue.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so we had the first.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, because we had the first 7, and then you two came on board, and now we've had. Because this is, I mean, like, low-key spoilers, but we ended an arc today. And
Yeah.
once again, we have a break lining up perfectly with the end of an arc,
Yeah.
which has been really great. And also, every time this happens, something amazing Naruto-related happens in the real world. Raj, I'm so excited to tell
Story
you this.
5.
Have you heard about this yet?
Wait, no, what? Wait, is it actually?
Baby,
No, you're
next
fucking-
year, exclusively on the Nintendo Switch,
Oh, you're fucking.
Naruto Storm 4 Road to Boruto with 13 new exclusive characters
What?
is coming out.
No fucking
Oh my
way!
god!
I know, dude. I wanted to call you when I saw it, but I was like, I gotta save it for the podcast.
That's insane! No
Dude,
fucking
I'm
way!
gonna get that tattooed on my body. Save it for the podcast.
Dude, no, because now people can like tell us that like we can stop telling people like no, we play Storm 3.
Dude,
like we can get on their level.
We
now.
can finally play the good one.
Yes, like
Stop lying to ourselves.
we only say Storm 3 is good because we're stuck on Storm 3, guys. We are limited
really be honest. No, so it's all of the Storm 4 characters.
Awesome.
Plus all the DLC characters.
Okay.
Plus everybody is getting a new exclusive costume and moveset from Boruto.
Fire.
And there's 2 like brand new, never before seen from Boruto characters.
Okay,
but like from the movie, like the good ones.
Word.
That's
God.
crazy.
It's
Wow, am I acting excited well enough?
Hey, you drink gamer fuel.
Oh, that doesn't mean I'm a gamer.
No,
That
listen
just
up.
means
No,
I'm
that
addicted.
literally means you're a good
When this game comes out, I'm gonna buy you a gamer fuel and we're gonna sit down and capture some shit for Rio Radio. Oh yeah.
I don't think I have to agree to that.
It's gonna happen.
I think the guys of Rio Radio makes it so you have to.
I'll get you an IV bag full of gamer fuel and pump it into you.
an IV bag of game.
I would
fuel.
die. One,
That's
I have
sickly.
an awful fear of IVs.
Actually, me too.
Scary.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had one, knock on wood.
Yeah. And number 2, a gamer fuel directly in the blood.
I might die.
Yeah. Or you might beat Raj at Storm. And Raj is really good at Storm.
I'm pretty good at Storm.
Okay,
but
gamer
watch
fuel
me.
in my veins.
Yeah.
I'll
I feel like
I'm
I'd turn into
terrified.
Gaara.
Dude, and I just got good
my
at Storm
gosh.
too. Like, literally just.
like, what if we get to Storm 4 and wear garbage?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what's gonna happen. And
I'm scared.
It's like it's like when I first booted up Mario Kart on my Switch and I thought it was crushing everyone, but it's because I had the handicap controls
Oh,
on,
yeah.
and I was like, I guess I'm just not good.
Yeah, but last time that we had like a season finale, like Ali and Emma's last episode,
Yeah.
the creator of Naruto launched a new manga that day. So it's like, we always have something fun, I guess, whenever we end a season. I guess if every episode was the end of a season, we just have news all the time. But yeah, so that's some video game news with Raj and Liam. So let's get back to Morgan and Katie. Can you guys say some podcast what it is?
Both of you tag
Podcast.
team.
Both of us?
What it is.
Yeah, because you guys are new from this season, so I figured.
Katie, what it is.
What?
What it is, Katie?
What? So we watch 2 to 4 episodes of NaruTalk every week. And then
Canon only, correct?
Yeah.
No filler?
No filler.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
and
They said.
what you have to do for the intro is splice both of Katie and Morgan's voices. Maybe just layer them on top of each other.
Katie,
and
that
just
would be
like,
What if we
If you
do
said
it
it
at
in,
exactly the same time?
Yeah,
You have
we
to
did it
stare
in
into my... No, we're
unison?
going to do it right
Oh.
now.
Wait, no,
Wait,
could you
but
guys
which
could you
thing
guys
are we
do like
doing?
a fusion? So like together, can you say like fusion, and then Liam will cut in the intro.
Is this what?
Okay, no. So together, you guys are gonna go fusion, right? And you're gonna say, well, what would your names combined be?
Either
Matey?
Matey or
Matey.
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 Okay, so you're gonna say fusing into matey. So
Can we
together.
say it like pirates?
Yeah, say it together. Okay, go.
Fusing into matey.
So you're gonna take that clip, right? And you're gonna put that first, and then you're gonna cut in both of them going NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, and then because you're gonna fuse.
Okay, is there?
No, but doesn't that come at the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
Oh, you're
I'll cut
cutting
it out
that
of
to the
here.
beginning.
Yeah.
Is there a
Oh,
sound effect?
weird.
Because that's from Dragon Ball, right? Where they fuse.
Yeah.
Is there like a sound effect of fusion in Dragon Ball?
They do like the whole they do a
Like a
thing.
slap- Okay. Can you guys?
I took it from Game Grumps. So Game Grumps did this thing where they had the completionist and Pro Jared on for that's his hilarious Pro Jared.
Sure.
But just combining together, and they became Pro Gerard the finishist.
Love it.
So I think if I
crazy.
could steal that from Game Grumps.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
just-
So one more time, we'll do it clean and like get like big energy fusion into me, and this is gonna be the first thing in this episode.
Oh
like
my gosh.
it's gonna be right after that little where it's like. Psh, I don't know if you guys have heard.
Yeah.
But that's
That
how the
little
episode starts. Trust me.
Oh man, I wish people could have seen the face that I just made in response to being asked if I listened to the podcast. Which I do, because it's a really good podcast and you should listen to it.
Well,
And
you listen every
You're
week,
already
'cause you're on
listening if you're listening to me say that.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, go.
5 minutes in 2019, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Your
So you
entire
do listen.
podcast library in 2019 was Naruto.
5 minutes.
Okay, so do a clean.
Do we have to say it like pirates?
fusion? No.
Oh,
Just,
so
just
you wanted to.
give
No,
us
okay.
give,
Not
give us
anymore.
like big.
Okay.
just like you gotta like really build up so it's like
Yeah.
fusion.
Big season finale.
And then together you're gonna say we are now what
So,
is it,
so
matey?
you're doing fusion and then
Fusion.
and
like
then we
that?
are now matey.
Yeah, together because it's like
Okay.
yeah, you gotta layer them.
I just wanted to know what the script was.
Okay.
You know.
So
Okay.
Fusion! We are now matey.
NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
All right.
that's so good. That is so fucking funny. funny, and then that comes in, and then it's just, and then layer them together.
Yeah, I will.
It's
Which is going to be a nightmare because I know for a fact that they don't take the same amount of time to read that
Yeah.
page.
I say
I'll
it
do it. I'll
really
do
bad,
it.
like 8 times.
That is so funny.
But yeah, so we talk about 2 to 4 canon episodes of Naruto every week. 2 of us know Naruto, 2 of us don't.
But we're
Yeah.
getting to know Naruto.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're an arc in now. We'll talk about that at the end, though. The episodes that we watched this week are 66, 67, and 68, which, as I've said, is the end of the Chunin Exams arc. So, without any more...
How long are we in?
20 minutes.
God damn.
So, yeah, let's talk about it. Bam.
What the heck?
That's
That's the banjo version.
Yeah. We open on Gaara and Sasuke staring each other down. That fits with the banjo version because it's like Wild West.
What if for this episode we completely change all the sound effects?
Yeah, right. I have a banjo. I could just play the like, and then I could get you from any of the episodes where you do it in between, where you go like, like
Dude, yes! It'd be so funny!
I mean, we've already got a fusion opening the episode.
We start off this episode saying, well, a lot of the budget was burned in a fire. We spent it on Morgan's legal counsel trying to sue the school.
Morgan's legal counsel and the Christmas episode, and now we're just like...
We ran out of money,
We're back on the carpet.
We're back on Emma's carpet. We had to move in with Emma, that's how fucked we are.
We went to Bard.
We went to Bard.
Emma's carpet.
Yeah, we hitchhiked
Wait, but
over
also,
It was
the carpet's in our
my
room.
carpet, yeah.
We're taking the Bard.
Yeah.
We're taking
Look, the budget's gone because we're terrible with money. So we were out, so we moved the entire, all of your room to bar.
Can't say we have a hater that's witch hunting us on the on like public stories.
Yeah.
We're like, we gotta go, guys.
Exactly.
Listen,
We're being pushed out.
I dare whoever it was to come up to me and make eye contact with me and say,
I'm pretty sure literally
Shit.
all of us are ready to drop a motherfucker.
And,
listen,
no.
I'm a fucking rad TA.
That's- yeah,
I
you
could
just
drop
came
a
from-
bitch hard.
Yeah, you just came from fighting
Yeah, I
class.
strangled
Yeah.
somebody
Raj's
yesterday.
been trying to fight someone for months.
Months now.
Can I teach you how to do it properly?
Oh, I don't want to do. I want to be
He
so
wants to get
primal.
down and dirty.
I want to just kick people.
I work out,
Seasoned
like-
testicles. That's primal.
Seasoned testicles.
Slap, squeeze, twist, pull.
Oh, seize the
DNA.
testicles.
Oh,
Not
seeds.
seasoned. Knock him down, bust out the lemon salt.
It'll confuse you for sure.
You're like, what are you doing? And you're like, making a souffle.
Katie, please don't write down seasoned testicles.
I already did. Don't worry.
That's all. Yeah.
That's stuff gonna end up on my wall. There's so many. Glenn made me this art in my wall that's just a bunch of words going, "I want children," constantly, and it's Glenn's art.
Right.
So I need to leave it up because he's the homie.
Right,
But
of course.
when I bring someone over and they read that, they're always just like, "Raj, we just met. A little strong, but
Are you sending me a message right now?
do you bring people to your room to do this?"
Yeah, that's some weird support. I saw Lion King for the first time the other day. And I know, we don't have to get into
I
that.
just received seasoned testicles.
Oh, wait, are you saying that Katie gave you what she wrote down, or are you saying that underneath the table, Katie just seasoned your testicles?
We'll let the viewer decide.
But I saw Lion King for the first time the other day.
Wait, what?
And yeah, I'd never seen it before. It doesn't matter.
The original or like the live action?
Original.
Okay.
Yeah, but the point is that I got to that scene where you know they say that like sex is written in the things.
Yeah.
But I was watching it with a lady, and I was like, oh, should I feel like bad about the subliminal messaging that we're both getting from this supposed like it says sex in the stars, you know? What? Don't look at me like that. What do you
What is
want?
wrong with you?
What?
Sex in the stars.
All I knew about the Lion King was the memes that are always like, oh, there's hidden messages, like it says sex in the dust. I didn't know about it. I didn't even know the plot.
No, that is true. There's
Wow.
always like stupid, shitty like sites that
Yeah.
are like 10 subliminal things hidden in.
And I didn't know how flamboyantly gay Scar was.
Oh yeah, Scar's
It's
super gay.
fantastic.
Yeah, I love Scar a lot.
Okay, go see the Broadway show.
Yeah? Oh, I
Because-
actually have seen the Broadway show.
You've seen the Broadway show, but you hadn't seen the movie?
Yeah.
That's a terrible way to do that.
I know.
Honestly, if not though, because the Broadway show is fucking
I
fantastic.
saw it when I was like,
The
oh,
fossil looks
good.
terrifying though.
That's
I
the
bet it's
point.
cool in
Well-
motion, you know? Like, ooh, that's so scary, but like in a, you know,
Katie,
like a
why'd you stare at my season
raw,
testicles?
primal way.
Also, the mechanisms in the show are great.
Are
like
they?
all of the
He probably hasn't
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've just seen Mufasa.
Okay. I thought you were.
Why'd you look so offended?
Because you said, are they?
Because I think that she thought that you had seen
I
it,
thought
and the
you
whole
were-
time you were sitting there and you were like, not impressed.
Garbage. It's not West Side Story.
I only
see it.
put on a
And
leather
then-
jacket, you whore.
Wow.
No, that's Broadway reviewer who only ever wants to see West Side Story.
Put on a leather jacket, you whore.
I love West Side Story.
Good segue. Because not just like the Wild West, it's also like Greasers and Jets and Sharks.
Yeah.
Because Gaara and Sasuke staring each other down.
Kind of like a jet and a shark.
That's what I'm saying. Sasuke's all like cool and collected. Gaara's all
Kind of like a jet.
And Gaara's all trembly and like, I want to eat you.
Like a shark.
Like a shark, yeah. That is pretty good.
Was that where you're going? 'Cause I was going to give...
I really wanted to get past the first sentence before we hit half an hour.
No, we are fucked.
In the stands, Kakashi joins everyone we know who's watching to watch the match. He apologizes for vanishing with Sasuke for so long, but surprisingly, Sakura forgives him instantly. At least Sasuke's back now. Sakura gazes at Sasuke's neck, desperately trying to assess the state of the curse mark. She asks Kakashi about the curse, and Kakashi brushes her question away, though she doesn't seem to really believe that it's nothing to worry about.
She should believe it.
Oh my.
Well, yeah, this is like crazy foreshadowing, I guess, as always, you know? But
Yeah.
Everything is.
yeah, I guess that's true. Kakashi looks around, taking note of 8 Anbu planted among the crowd and wondering why there aren't more. Guy believes that because the Sand Village's plan is unknown, the Anbu were likely spread all throughout the village to guard as many key points as possible. Which
is smart.
yeah, I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. But
Which,
also...
it is smart, but isn't like everybody
yeah,
in the
basically
village
everyone
there?
who's anyone is at the Chunin Exams, yeah.
But that's fine. What if
Yeah.
somebody burns down a house?
What a perfect time to commit crimes. Everyone's at the Chunin Exams.
Commit crime.
Wait, I think
No,
that's...
people do that.
Yeah, I think that's a bit... Oh, fuck, something happened on The Simpsons. Which, because Disney Plus, I've been watching a lot of The Simpsons, you know? But, like, there was, like...
Is that on Disney Plus?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
cool.
like...
No,
the-
it was an unrelated thing.
Disney
Disney Plus came out, and then I started
and I was like,
watching
Oh, yeah.
Disney Plus, you say? I'm gonna watch The Simpsons. Just word association randomly.
That's actually what we did. We got Disney Plus, and the first thing they wanted to do was binge watch The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. No,
We got like an hour into the movie, and we were just like, I don't want to watch this ever again.
I can't speak
Oh
to the
my
movie,
gosh.
but I'll tell you, man, those old episodes
They
are fire.
I don't know.
Didn't
The
they like
Simpsons
predict
never
everything
like
ever?
Yeah.
my thing.
I know, you've said that, which is interesting, but, you know, to each their own. Comedy's like a really subjective.
You like
know?
Simpsons. I like Tosh.0. Fuck you.
I like talking about it too.
the
Wait,
two levels of
I
comedy.
met somebody named Tosh yesterday.
What?
And they led with like, I'm Tosh, like Tosh.0, but I'm 2.0.
That-
And I know that sounds douchey, but I remembered their name. And I remembered their whole gimmick, you know?
I wonder
so.
if their name was actually Tosh.
Liam, be a DM. Pass me the water.
Oh, yes, of course.
Water.
Thanks
Wait, pass it around the line.
Alright.
Oh, please. Oh, oh no, this way. Thank
The
you.
most complicated way.
Why did we snake when I was only one arm's length
Yeah,
away?
I know, just so everyone knows, instead of me
Because I
just...
wanted everybody to be involved.
It's good. It's a good team building exercise. But instead of just giving Raj water, I pass it to Morgan, who passed it to Katie, who passed it to Raj.
And me and Morgan are across the table
Yeah, and
from each
Raj
other.
and I could have easily just
So,
passed
yeah.
the water. But yeah, so Guy is like, hey, Kakashi, I'll be watching Sasuke closely because you're my rival, and I want to see how you train a motherfucker. And then, of course, Kakashi's like, I'm sorry, did you say something? Because
This weird banter.
between Kakashi and Guy.
Yes.
Well, I love the ongoing bit that Guy
It's so funny.
thinks that he's Kakashi's rival, and
Yeah.
Kakashi
Couldn't care less.
like barely knows his name.
Yeah.
It's good, like, tension breaking, because Guy's just he can be so serious. Especially in these, like, last few episodes, he was just like, guys, death is approaching, and you
Yeah.
just gotta get swole.
I know.
It's wolf.
Like you dig a layer past, it's the power of youth, and you get to like, it's, you know, I'm getting old and my bones are breaking.
Yeah.
And my
I'm
favorite
projecting
student
onto this kid.
Yeah, I projected on this kid, and he's gotten himself damn near killed.
Can we rewrite an episode of Naruto where it's just things that Raj says?
Oh, please do.
Naruto abridged, but just with actually, I probably maybe not just with Raj, but if I took all of us like saying people's quotes, I could probably make an entire Naruto abridged thing.
I'm pretty sure for, like, a Rio Radio
That'd be
episode,
funny.
we will watch Naruto Bridge
Yeah.
at some point.
I think on one of the, like, maybe 23 or something, we start just naming random Rio radios. We, like, jump around.
Oh,
by, like,
yeah,
20.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was Rio Radio
like 7 that we decided, and we
Yeah.
don't have a 6. So
We
maybe we can make that
6
Naruto
okay.
bridge. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All
Fuck
right.
it, yeah. Naruto Bridge is stupid good. Please
All
go
right.
support them.
Okay, February's Your Radio, Naruto bridge.
Fuck yes.
So the match below begins, and Gaara's sand pours out of his gourd. Before he can attack, though, he grasps his head in immense internal pain. Then he starts talking to himself, begging a mysterious force he calls Mother.
Yeah.
Not
Weird as shit.
We've never heard that before, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's way fucked.
Yeah.
And you know what I thought immediately? Because I just edited, well, not edited, but like listened through Rio Radio 4 to release
where
it.
I said that do we know what happened to his mom?
Exactly.
Question mark?
That was-
Because I'm a fucking genius!
Didn't she die when he was born? Isn't that...
We don't know, Katie.
Well, I mean, like,
he's talking to her.
Everybody says that Gaara killed his mother, like, at birth or whatever,
Yeah.
but he does keep saying, oh, mother, you know? Like, so... I don't know. Like, we haven't been told yet.
My thing is, she's definitely like the demon inside of him.
Until we see a 2-episode long flashback where it keeps going, da, da, na, 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 da, na, na, you know, like with the hard guitar,
Yeah.
then we don't know someone's backstory.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, he keeps calling it Mother, and he's like, oh, don't get mad at me. I'm sorry I fed you bad blood. I promise the next one will be better.
Gaara's a fucking vampire.
Oh, yeah, kind of. It's really weird. But, yeah, I guess those grass guys that he killed in the last episode were not good enough. Kankuro and Tamari haven't seen Gaara like this in a long time. He shakes again, and the sand that was, like, floating up around him falls. It's like he loses control of it.
I don't know. Gaara really went into the match and just started unloading all of his trauma.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, dude, come on.
I feel like
fighting.
By
maybe...
standing near Sasuke, he, like, freaked out.
Yeah, but so maybe don't kill 2 guys before you get to the arena, you know? It would be
Yeah.
like if we talked for half an hour and then started recording.
I just don't like.
We do that sometimes.
Like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
actually
shouldn't be
usually
questioning it, but just the amount of times people just go on talking and then, like, it's like Sasuke could have just killed him at any moment there.
Mhm.
He's just like, I'm shaking, I need
Yeah,
my
I
mom.
know.
It's like,
That's
why are you
true.
standing there?
Yeah.
Why?
Bro, you could have just fucking knocked him the fuck out.
And of any character,
Your
right?
long
Like,
hair.
and you can say that about like any fight, but realistically, the only character who would really take that opportunity
Would be Sasuke.
Would be Sasuke.
Yeah, we're kind of back to the, like, time dilation in these episodes. Because,
Yeah.
like, a lot goes on at once in these 3.
There's a lot of multitasking.
Yeah, so it's kind of back to, like, it's, like, probably...
Which, did you know that multitasking isn't real?
That,
Oh, like your
what?
brain
You
can't
are
do it?
physically, mentally, and all otherwise incapable of multitasking.
Yeah. Well, like you if you're multitasking, you're like not doing, like you're
you
lowering.
might think that you're doing one of them, but
Yeah.
you're not. So, like when you were multitasking and writing your final and watching the episodes,
Yeah.
you were not watching the episode.
Like
Well,
not like you're
Like you
you're,
were watching
full
them, but you weren't
capability
capturing
levels.
it. You weren't like comprehending what was happening. You were like, I'm watching the episode.
And I usually
I don't need to multitask to do that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But I like 20 times multitask all the time, and that's why I never get anything done. Is because like I'm always just starting something, you know? Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The only thing I learned in anatomy.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I read somewhere that it's like a genetic thing that some people can multitask, but that might have been a Facebook headline.
But that's
And
just like-
I need to stop quoting those on the podcast.
That's like a thing for everyone's like genetics. Some people can just climb on walls, you know. It's just like how? What the fuck?
And some people think cilantro tastes like soap.
No, exactly.
It does.
Why,
It
dude,
does.
why's are weird.
Are you so you like cilantro, right?
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
taste like soap for me.
Yeah, right. So, but both of you have the soap thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
Is
so
it like a more white people thing?
Ooh, is cilantro racist?
I mean,
Racist.
what I'm getting from this sample size pool of 4 people,
Yeah.
white people can't eat cilantro.
Wow, that is hilarious.
Raj and I met a racist dog the other day.
A racist
Oh my
dog.
God.
But
we
it was the
did.
cutest dog.
Yeah, but it started
Fucking
making me
ever.
question like racism at its core,
Right?
and it freaked me out for a while.
Because so there was like
Racism is bad. Hot take.
Well,
Hot take.
You
I don't know
know,
if it's a hot take. I
I
think
think
that's
I
just a take.
agree with you.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
was a little
official,
nervous.
official stance of NaruTalk pod. Racism is bad.
Racism is bad.
Damn it.
No. We just heard some people outside our door. We were gonna go beat the shit out of them.
I got so excited. I was
Yeah.
like, please tell me this.
I saw.
Talk shit about
Oh, I
us.
think they heard us. Oh my god.
No,
What's worse is I know those people.
Yeah, she's sweet.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Well, yeah. It's,
Oh, well.
It's NaruTalk. Yeah,
Bridges burned.
Yeah. No.
Well, Well, I mean, if we're gonna keep
The mentality of Raj.
if we're gonna keep it consistent, next time I'll beat the shit out of them.
You might as well, right?
Might as well. Like I've already said I was gonna do it.
The bridge isn't
Yeah,
burned
you
now.
get back out.
Yeah, right. It's just like you've resigned yourself to beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So it's a future
I'm standing at
bridge
the edge of the bridge. I'm just waiting now.
Lighter lit.
Yeah,
Feet, edge
It's
of
not,
bridge.
the bridge isn't burned, but a match has been given to Raj. And
You guys give me a
there's only-
flamethrower.
There's only one way it's gonna go.
So funny.
Can you send me just a clip of Raj laughing so I can make it my ringtone?
I can, yeah. I'll compile it into an episode.
Just the
Just
NaruTalk laughs
laughing?
compilation.
So nothing for me because I don't make noise when I laugh.
Oh,
I
that
just
is
shake.
true.
Well,
Sometimes.
we'll just do your Sakura. No, Hinata moans. We'll do your Hinata moans.
Yeah.
as we
Next time you
laugh.
hear something funny, just go.
Again, it was funny, but was it that funny?
That's your chance, Morgan.
Yes,
Morgan,
that's so funny. Oh my god.
So, anyways,
We're like
Gaara's.
a minute into the
Yeah, I know. Really.
Raj, your tear stain from last week on the table, it's sticky. My arm just got stuck to it.
Oh, I'm sorry that I won. That's the price of losing, asshole.
I like when Raj calls people assholes because it doesn't happen
Oh my
very often,
gosh.
but when it does, it's fucking incredible.
It is incredible.
Also, I like bringing back the war from last week's episode. The silent staring contest.
I won.
There was commentating.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't silent.
But
It was silence on the part of
We
both
commented.
you and
Yeah,
Raj.
we were
You
silent.
especially, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Gaara drops all his sand because he's like shaking and shit. But then after a moment, he looks up and he's like, he's calm. His mental faculties restored. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yes, in the stairwell, Shikamaru and Naruto cope with just witnessing 2 murders. And they think back to what was only yesterday for them in the hospital, even though it was 3 weeks ago for us, when
Which
Gaara...
really threw me the fuck off.
Yeah, right?
Time is weird.
I know.
Yeah.
And so when Gaara was like, I'm going to kill you guys. And so last week we were like, why did they think that Gaara would have killed them? He
Yeah.
wasn't going to. It's
Because
because
he said
yesterday
he was
he said he was going to kill
That
them.
makes sense.
And all of us forgot because that was
Yeah.
3 weeks ago for us.
That was, oh my
Sometimes
god.
Yeah.
Naruto's confusing.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little confusing to watch a weekly show, but doing it like, breaking it up into 3 episodes and talking about it for 2
No,
hours.
I was
Taking
watching the
3
episodes
weeks between
today,
it.
and it really blew my mind how much Naruto we've watched at this
I
point.
know.
Lot.
Like an insane amount, and not like the podcast isn't even caught up with where we at. Like,
I know.
right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
we're-
because
Yeah.
for everyone out there, everybody knows at this point.
Yeah,
right?
like
Yeah.
our brain
There's
just
been some
crunch
crazy
time.
crisscrossing. I literally had to draw a graph to figure out how to edit and release everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it gets complicated near a break. But the boys considered that they weren't good enough to help prove Gaara's existence. The only person who can offer him a challenge right now is Sasuke. Then, so back to Sasuke.
transition.
Sasuke, yes, throws some shuriken at Gaara, who snags him with a sand shield, which then morphs into a sand clone of Gaara, which is fucking awesome.
That should look crazy.
Honestly, really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
like maybe
Yeah,
the most
like,
badass move I've ever seen
yeah,
him do.
yeah.
And then the clone throws them back at Sasuke. Badass. Sasuke leaps into the air and dives down to attack the sand clone, but it I watched it a couple days ago. It catches it and then wraps around his arm, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna squeeze, but he manages to pull back in time, I think.
Yeah. And when he pulls back, it disappears like a regular clone.
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
just sort of foops into sand.
Sound effect.
Oh yes, very good. So I really can just make Naruto a bridge with all of our sound effects and voicing and everything.
Well,
Sasuke pushes forward again, punching at the real Gaara, who summons a pillar of sand to deflect. But the blow was a feint, because with speed that rivals Lee in the prelims, Sasuke flashes behind Gaara and punches him so hard that his sand armor cracks, sending the murderous Genin flying back. Which, for Lee to be able to do something like this, it had to be like the whole episode. He had to drop the weights and do all that shit.
Yeah.
Sasuke's coming in with his shit out the gate.
Yeah.
like actually in the gate.
Yeah, in all 8 gates.
He's in. No, I meant like
What?
in the gate of the arena.
Oh,
like,
right.
he's
But
inside.
also without opening any of the...
Yeah.
So it works on
So-
3 levels.
Wow.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of levels.
Exactly. Some might even say that we're playing.
Oh,
Morgan, take it. Raj already paid off his punchline.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
5D checkers.
There it is.
I was like, what did
Really
I
had to
say
think
that
about
one time?
In the stands, Kiba thanks the disguised Kabuto for healing Hinata, who seems to be on her way to a full recovery. Akamaru barks, and Kiba can't understand why the dog thinks he recognizes the man. Akamaru begins to explain. Remember, Kiba can speak dog for some reason. But before Akamaru can, Kabuto knocks out Kiba with a single tap.
Yeah, that was kind of terrifying.
Yeah, right?
Like, seeing him just take Kiba like that.
I know. And I'm thinking that I guess he did heal Hinata, but he probably also, like, made her unconscious, you know?
Probably.
You know, I think because he's, like, really dedicated to his roles, so I think he did just heal Hinata, but then, like, Akamaru had to go be, like, a narc.
Yeah.
So
he was like,
come on.
Might as well knock some motherfuckers out.
Yeah, like, you blew my spot, and now I gotta blow the spot up.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So, Sasuke doesn't wait for Gaara to retaliate, rocketing towards him with immense speed. Gaara tries to defend himself, but his sand ineffectually lags behind the Uchiha, who weaves past his enemy's defenses and delivers a powerful kick that knocks him away. This is 2 hits directly to Gaara.
Nuts.
And because if we think, like, for us, we've seen the Lee fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen Gaara sort of, like, shaken recently. But, like, if you think back to the Forest of Death, Gaara's whole gimmick was that he
doesn't get hit.
He never got touched.
Yeah, like he got out without a scratch.
Exactly, yeah. And now this is, like, base level Sasuke now is able to do this kind of shit, which is insane. Gaara rises slowly as Sasuke, vowing to tear away all of his armor, rushes forth for a 3rd time, circling around Gaara like a tornado, just like Lee did when he took off the weights. Sasuke once again ducks past Gaara's sand, kicking him back, then, like, he does, like, the thing where he, like, kicks him back and then pulls him in before he can, like, fly back and hits him again for, like, an extra powerful time. Looks pretty badass.
It is pretty badass, but don't ever do it if you're actually fighting, because that's so dangerous, because you're just pulling the attacker closer to you.
Yeah.
Rat.
Kankuro wonders what Gaara's next move will be as the sand armor takes an immense toll on his chakra and can't be sustained for much longer. If you remember back in the Lee fight, it was like, does Gaara have any weaknesses? And it's like, that is his weakness, is his defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guy wonders what kind of training Kakashi put Sasuke through to allow the boy to push Gaara to such a limit. Kakashi reveals that he had Sasuke visualize Lee's techniques and then, like, copy them in his mind's eye using the Sharingan.
I'm just
so cool.
I don't know. I'm tired of Lee's swag being stolen.
I know, literally everybody.
How the fuck was Neji Rookie of the Year? I don't, like,
I muted it! You heard? I
told you to mute it! I told you to mute it before we started recording so we could avoid this. And clearly...
Is this like the 3rd week in a row?
I muted it, I swear. I thought I muted it.
I think you're
Is it
a liar.
muted now?
Yeah, it's muted now. I took it off mute so that I could hear our sound test, you know?
Oh my god.
That's
so then you
fine.
didn't mute it.
What?
So then you didn't mute
Yeah,
it.
well, I did, and then
But
I
then
just
you
unmuted it.
Yeah. Well.
Some would say this worse than just not muting it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
it is honestly an honor for Lee.
oh, I thought you were going to talk about my computer.
No,
making
I'm
noise.
bringing you back to this because
Okay.
we're many minutes in and we're like 4 minutes into the episode.
True.
It's like an honor. Imagine being like, you're so great and powerful
That everyone's ripping you off.
that everyone wants to use your shit
But-
because they know it'll get them
But it
a
must
win.
hurt because he's like crippled now.
And that's what you saw with Lee in this
Yeah.
episode was that, like, especially seeing Sasuke do what he did and, like, low-key better.
Yeah.
But he's a little bit honored.
Yeah, well,
Like,
of
he's
course.
sad, but he's like,
it's also
But
okay.
that's like the fighter in him, you know? Like, he's
Yeah.
honored that
yeah, right,
He'll
yeah.
never lose
It's
that.
like warriors are honor, but, like, personally, like, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And still, Lee is, like, worried that even though Sasuke has this new strength, he's not going to be able to take down Gaara because Lee was at this level too, and he wasn't able to do it.
Also, now that Sasuke's cooler, Sakura's gonna be into more, like, way into him, like, way more
into
than
Sasuke
Lee.
more?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, all right.
He has more competition than just fighting now.
First of all,
Which
I was
also sucks for
certain.
me.
Wait, what'd you say?
Which also sucks.
Yeah,
for
right.
me.
Yeah.
He's getting dealt bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And he's in the hospital doing
I know.
Oh, Lee's life sucks.
I'm thinking
right now.
maybe Ino and Lee though is
That
my
could-
most recent thought because
I don't want him to just go, you know,
I think
other tiers.
Ino and Tamari. I want Ino to be a
Together?
lesbian.
they haven't talked once.
That's okay.
All right, Ino and Sakura.
No.
No.
that doesn't
Sakura
work.
needs to be with Lee.
Yeah,
Because
Yes.
Lee would be good for her.
Yeah.
Because Sasuke would be like an abusive boyfriend.
I very much agree
Yeah,
that
I
Sasuke would
agree.
be an abusive boyfriend.
Yes. He should be alone forever.
Yeah,
I think.
or with Kakashi.
Oh.
Love Don't Judge.
What was that? What was that gay movie?
Brokeback Mountain.
No, fucking. Oh, well.
Well, that
is
is
a gay movie. But fucking, I know what you're thinking.
Call Me By Your Name?
Yes.
That, so like Kakashi, but and
Like a
Sasuke.
Call Me By Your Name situation.
Yes.
Yeah. Which we'll get to later is also Iruka and Naruto's deal.
Oh, yeah.
There's some weird shit with Iruka and Naruto later in this episode.
Yeah.
Or no, in
That's
like
when we're
2
watching
episodes
Law
from
and
now.
Order SVU. That's when
I took some notes. I was like, do they want us to ship Iruka and Naruto?
I really need this to stop.
Yeah. But I agree that Tamari is probably gay. I'm
Most
thinking
definitely.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
I support that.
Rio Radio, where we talk about our ships.
I think we'll do. We talked about doing one where it's like a fan cast, so we
Yeah.
can talk about fan cast and also like fan sexuality projection onto the
it
character.
It could be Rio Radio ship.
Yeah.
Who it didn't.
I tagged our. I was trying to come up with hashtags for Rio Radio because for the normal episodes it's really easy because I have like a hashtag generator and I just type in like Naruto and anime and then I get all those hashtags and delete the ones that don't apply.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hard for Rio Radio because it's like it's different than normal, you know.
Yeah.
And so for this one I typed in podcast and like half of the results were like LGBTQ and like gay podcast and all that stuff and I was like, well. Yeah, I mean, that kind of applies, so I just stuck those on ours. Yeah, I was like, this is a pretty gay podcast overall. Yeah. Lee worries that despite...
So we're really gay.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Right? I
No,
mean, like...
I think we're actually the only 4 straight people at Purchase.
What?
What even is straight, though?
It was a
Yeah.
joke.
Oh, right.
Straights are a joke.
Yeah.
Up top! Gay high five.
Sometimes I think...
K-high five.
Sometimes... Okay, listen. We've talked about this before, right? Sex, a little overrated, right?
Oh, very overrated. I'd rather
Yeah.
do Molly and dance all
Exactly.
night than have
Sometimes
sex.
I think, like, am I asexual? You know what I mean? Like honestly.
Yeah, I for me, when it comes to like hating sex, I think it's more of a. Well, I hate that I say I'm hating sex. I don't hate sex.
Right.
It's overrated. I'd rather just like hold hands, talk about my day.
I like having sex, right?
Yeah.
But I like running too. And for me, there's not like I kind of weight them about the same.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I understand.
I like there's a dopamine release, right? You know what I mean? And, like,
Yeah.
it's fun, but I would rather like kind of just like for like emotional catharsis. I'm cool just like chilling. You know?
I just closed a Chrome window I had open for 3 months.
I saw
Yeah.
that tweet.
Dude, that was like the best orgasm ever.
Yeah,
And I
that's
like
what I'm
didn't
saying.
even orgasm. Like,
Yeah, man.
it was great.
So I guess the moral of the story is sexuality. What even is it?
Close a Chrome window
Yeah.
once in a while.
I think
Go for a run.
I'm down for when people are like, "Whoa, what's your sexuality?" Being like, "Oh, like
I run."
post-sexual." Oh, yeah, or running. Yeah, that's also fair. Opening the inner gate and being like, "Nah, I'm out."
Fifth intergate,
Yeah.
gotta go.
Jump right to the 5th one. I can't do this right now.
I really don't want to talk to you. I gotta
Yeah,
run.
I gotta. Yeah.
I'm halfway there, please.
So Lee is worried about Sasuke, and so he figures that Kakashi.
No segue.
Pro-
I think we should be post-sexual. And then so Lee.
But
that was me coming out. Anyway, Liz.
No, but so people figure that Sasuke probably knows something beyond taijutsu. In the stairwell, Naruto considers Gaara's philosophy on life's perceived purposelessness and Gaara's murderous methods of self-actualization. Naruto stands and runs from Shikamaru, desperate to find Kakashi and stop the match. Gaara then consolidates the sand around him on the floor into a giant sphere in which he is obscured. Though at the front of the sphere, it's like closing in around him,
It
you
looked
know.
like a butthole.
So it did, yes, because there was a little hole in the front of it that it was like
looked
closing.
like
Yeah.
a butthole.
Well, here it says though in the front of the sphere there is a single dark opening. A valid way to describe a butthole.
That is very much.
Kankuro worries about what jutsu Gaara is planning to unleash. Sasuke, though, runs towards the sphere and attempts to punch the hole, but from outside
Gentle
the
fisting,
sphere.
question
Yeah,
mark?
that's kind of what I was thinking. He attempts some.
Oh my.
Yeah, gentle fisting. There's no two ways about it. But spikes like come off of the sphere made of sand, and they.
Me too, Gaara. Me too.
When someone tries
Yes.
to put a butthole.
God just turns into spikes.
Is that what rat training is? Straight up, they just teach you how to like, push out spikes.
Yeah.
That was funny. I don't think we've said what RAD is on air. Just so you know.
It's Rape Aggression Defense. It was founded in 19
Well,
something.
what matters is that you.
I'm a TA for it.
Yeah, and that's where you just came from.
It's like self-defense, but harsher.
Yeah, and specifically around, I assume, right?
Yes.
Yeah, rape. is the end of the sentence.
Yeah. You
Okay,
finished
you-
it in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you added another word in the end. Just none of that made sense. Like grammatically, that would be like a
Yeah.
red underline there.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Maybe a blue one as well.
Yeah, red and a
But-
blue.
but I
underline.
got
Ooh,
it.
That's harsh.
No underline in my head.
Thank you. But yeah, so Sasuke, I think he does end up hitting the sphere, like he gets between the spikes, but it solidifies the hole closes just in time, and it's like it's so hard that.
Wow, we're children today.
All right, hey, come on. Hey, this is supposed to be a highbrow podcast about an anime for 12-year-old boys. Sasuke punches the sphere, and it's so hard that like all of his knuckles like start bleeding and they pour in blood, and he jumps out of there.
Yeah, Andy has a couple scratches from the spikes,
Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you.
which was a really nice detail that I didn't think they'd put in.
Yeah.
But like he had like random drops of blood on him, and I was like, dope.
Yeah, more of Gaara's ultimate defense, really proving its ultimaity. Naruto.
Yeah.
There's another red line.
Ultimaity.
Naruto and Shikamaru reach Kakashi, and Naruto demands that the match be stopped, as he sees no other way the match is going to end other than with Sasuke's death. Gaara, he believes, isn't like any of the other contestants. He's barely human at all.
Naruto, shut up.
Because you want to see the fight?
No, I just like.
You wanted
You-
to kill Sasuke.
No, you look. You just look
A
at
little bit.
Kakashi's face, and you could definitely read like the amount of like fucks you should just not have for him, like for Naruto right now, like.
Oh,
regards.
yeah.
Because like Kakashi's very clearly
Like
somehow
he knows
portraying
that
he's like
Kakashi's got, or that Sasuke's got something in the bag.
not even like in the bag. It's just like Naruto, you're just doing this thing again where you think you're the most important person right now.
Yeah, and it's like, but yeah, seriously, he is. He has main character syndrome.
And it's like, buddy, just shut up.
Yeah, this
for-
is not
for
your
once.
match. You
This is
need to
not
get
your
out of here.
episode at all.
Yeah,
Why are you-
seriously.
Like, when they even cut to them still on the staircase, it like blew my mind.
I know, it's like
unnecessary.
No, why?
No,
Why are we here?
yeah.
This
Why are
is
you
the
guys
match
still here?
between the last Uchiha and motherfucking Gaara. Like nobody
No one
cares about the
cares.
stairs. From inside of the sphere, Gaara weaves a complicated series of hand signs. And we go back to like that Land of Waves shit of him like saying all the signs that he's weaving. And an eye of sand appears beyond the sphere's boundaries, affixed on Sasuke. Temari, terrified, recognizes this as the aforementioned worrying jutsu that
Yeah.
Kankuro was scared of, which indicates that Gaara isn't thinking about their plan at all. Instead, he's focused entirely on his own bloodlust, and from inside the sand sphere, he grins with malevolent glee. And that's the end of episode 66.
Andy didn't like it.
Yeah. See, that's why it didn't really matter that we talked at the beginning for like half an hour, because this episode is...
Yeah, I was eating
Very
a peanut
loud.
butter and jelly sandwich,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't like the ending.
Do you fuck with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Do you not?
Hard.
I've had like
They're
a
so
great character progression. So they were like okay at first, and then I preferred just the peanut butter. Then I preferred. Did you just blow all my season testicles?
Katie.
How
Katie, you
fucking
blew?
I'm
dare
gonna
you?
write you a cease and desist letter. Stop doing visual gags while we record. It's a podcast, Katie.
Okay. So for everybody listening, Liam just did a visual gag.
I hope they heard the sounds of it. That was so.
Of me writing?
It was
Yeah.
just my notebook where he really aggressively wrote all that down.
While making eye contact with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And not looking at the paper so it doesn't actually say anything, it's just
No,
a
it
lot of
does.
scribbles.
It's all the right letters, just really aggressively messy.
Yeah, and then at the end it turns into scribbles.
Yeah.
You punctuated it with
Dear
scribbles.
Katie, scribble, scribble, scribble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear Katie.
Yeah, that's what basically it is.
But yeah, so I went from like peanut butter jelly, and then I like just peanut butter sandwiches. Then I like just jelly.
Wait. Bread with just peanut butter?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Are you...
I feel
Seriously?
like it'd just be really
For a
sticky
while
in
it
your mouth.
was,
That's what I'm thinking.
and then I got into just jelly sandwiches, and now I'm into just bread.
Oh.
And soon you'll just sit there and
Okay.
photosynthesize.
So,
That's my
Raj.
that's the end goal.
Your choice of jelly and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what would it be?
Oh, strawberry.
Strawberry jam, jelly, or preserves?
I don't know the difference. I'll tell you that.
Jelly.
You
That's,
gotta do preserves.
Why would I do that? That's
Wait,
most fruit.
Can you tell me what preserves is?
It's got like the chunks of fruit in it.
Oh.
Well, no, that's why I hate pulp in my orange juice. I don't want more fruit. I want.
But you chew jelly. You don't chew orange juice.
You chew jelly?
Yeah.
Well, I usually don't. I don't take the
just
sandwich part, lick
inhale
it, and
it?
swallow it.
No,
Hey, that's how some people eat Oreos, so it sounds like a bad way to eat a sandwich.
Oreos are a sandwich.
Imagine eating sub from Subway like that.
You open up the sandwich.
You twist it off, and you lick off like all of the different things from inside.
There's no flavor left on anything.
bread.
And you dunk the bread in your soda.
What is?
That is disgusting. That is terrible.
Next time I bring you home, we're gonna get Subway, and you have to do that.
Hey, that'll be in the episode description. It'll be like we also discuss eating sandwiches like Oreos.
I don't know why you needed to tell me that it was gonna be in the episode description, but thank you.
We're just getting meta with it, you know? Breaking the fourth wall a little
I
bit.
said getting metal with it, and I'm triggered.
I thought of my burrito.
Yeah, I got metal with my burrito.
Right.
I got metal with it.
Mm.
Literally.
That's
the
Dark Crystal.
sexies.
Oh my.
Skexy.
I know.
Sexies!
Sexy, skexy.
That's the sexies. Okay, so here we go. Episode 67. Though Naruto continues to plead with Kakashi, like you were saying, Raj, he's like,
Yeah.
Stop.
Just shut up.
We were late for a
Yeah.
reason. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah,
Get
literally.
the fuck out of my
Yeah.
face.
While Gaara continues his shielded chant, Sasuke throws kunai towards the sphere, but they bounce off immediately. Sasuke attempts several head-on assaults, but he's driven back every time by those sand spikes. That always-
Sasuke's dodging animation sucked total ass. Like, it was disgusting. It was the same, like, it's like a flip book of him just flicking up and down constantly.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
so bad.
Watching these while writing the outline is kind of a weird experience, you know, because like if I get the gist of what's going on, I just kind of like am typing and it's happening next to it, so I like.
But that's why our role is to fill you on the parts you don't go over.
Especially when you guys mention like animation details, or saying bitch.
That was such a good detail.
Unreal.
Sasuke, so even though he like can't get to Gaara, Sasuke actually welcomes the delay in the fight because this gives him time to prepare a super powerful technique of his own. Glaring at Gaara with both of his Sharingan activated,
Which was cool.
Sasuke unclips his forearm warmers. Dun dun dun.
I hate how his new outfit has forearm warmers
Look,
Hey,
still.
don't be a hater.
I
You gotta
think
keep your limbs
They're
cool.
like all spongy. They look worse than before.
I think the only reason that I like them, right, is that while I'm editing these episodes, I always like draw little pictures of the characters, and they're fun to draw. But other than that, yes, they look weird. I agree.
Yes.
It's very strange. Also, I don't like that it's an all black outfit. I liked the blue and the white pants.
I like that a lot too.
I thought that was a fire look.
He's emo now.
Everything about him
He's
just
so
sucks.
emo now with like the long hair and all that shit. Or he's seen because, as I learned on Rio Radio 4, that there's a difference. That's what we talk. I know it's been a while since we recorded.
Scene, like that kind of scene.
Yeah.
I thought you meant scene as in like people see him.
Yes. Sasuke's visible now.
Yeah. I was like,
Before
I missed the
no,
part where he
invisible.
wasn't.
Wait, are you, Katie? We've recorded like I don't know, like 20-ish episodes. He's been invisible this whole time. You didn't
Wow.
know.
He's actually been there the whole time.
Yeah.
He was just
The show is just
He-
about
yeah, he
Naruto's
never left. He's just
schizophrenia.
invisible.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
No one's actually.
He's
an
just
my
stuck on that
It's like
swing
that-
set still, crying.
Yeah. You know that theory that people have of like Batman, where like it's all actually in Arkham, and like all
Yeah,
of
it's in
the
his
bad
head.
guys
Yeah.
are like his doctors or whatever. This is all Naruto on a swing, and every character is leaves on the trees, I guess.
He does a kunai.
Savage.
I think the
She was too
Nice.
excited about it.
I think
Yes, I
it's
should
still the
make here
ninja world.
first.
I think the idea of what they should do is have Naruto on the swing set, get all of his shadow clones there, and kind of give them like outfits.
The whole show is just Naruto acting out this huge drama in his
But
head.
he's trying to, but he's still like Sasuke, so he has like a wig on.
Yeah,
It's just not-
and that's why he always wins, even though it doesn't like necessarily make sense because it's just him acting.
Look,
it out.
he's just he self doubts himself so much, and then he's like, "No way, I'm that bitch," and then he wins suddenly at the end.
Yeah,
like it's
but
that.
it's all imaginary.
Like that's the only reason they explain how he learned how to do shadow clone within like a night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and how he like beat Neji, which I certainly didn't.
And he just happened to have the Nine-Tailed Fox.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think
I
not.
think not.
Um,
Someone get Kishimoto on the fucking line right now. Let me talk to this man. I solved your fucking book. I solved the story.
Kishimoto, you're one of the best-selling authors in the world. We literally have a podcast all about your work. It's time for us to fix you.
You better get on the fucking podcast right now, you asshole.
Wow.
I just forgot all of the words in the English language. I was going to interject multiple times, and then I just couldn't because you just kept going.
Yeah.
And it just took every word out of my brain.
Fair enough.
Words are hard. Brains are harder.
Yo. True.
Dicks are the hardest.
That's not true.
Oh.
Oh, no?
No.
Metal rods and burritos?
You got me there. I think the hardest thing to do. Actually, wait. I was gonna say the what is it? The ring finger. But I did it at the daycare today.
Yeah.
I tried showing the kids that was.
Okay. So tune in last week, and we all another visual thing.
No, you put it, you press your middle finger down.
Yeah, we pressed all our fingers against the table and tried to lift our ring fingers, and you can't. Yeah.
It hurts.
Did
I
it
did
blow
to a
the kids?
kid,
Yeah.
and it he started crying immediately.
Don't blame that shit on me.
No, I
Wasn't me.
If I don't get hired, it's probably for psychologically destroying a kid. I don't even think he registered the fact that his ring finger is a thing anymore.
Right. I bet he goes home and he chops off his ring finger. He's like, "You disobeyed me for the last time."
It's been an ongoing thing. Him and his ring finger fucking hate each other.
Outside the village, 4 Anbu patrol the forest, and one of them detects a strange presence, but he does that thing where it's like, "Oh, must just be my imagination." And they
Must just be my imagination.
yeah, but he moves on with his team of Anbu, but literally a hair's breadth away, there's this, I think that's the correct expression, right? It's a hair's breadth, I think. I've always said a hair breadth, but it is a hair's breadth, the width of a piece of hair.
But you don't have to emphasize the breadth.
No, yeah.
Bread.
Just for all the kids out there who are learning new expressions, you know?
A hair's breadth.
Like me? I've never heard this before. What?
See?
She lives in wrong.
This is exactly what I do it for.
The kids.
Yeah, the youth.
New expression.
Katie is here as representative of AWO, the official 12-year-old
Yes.
podcast, and that one 11-year-old who always
Yeah.
messages us.
I actually am 12.
But yeah, it's hair's breadth. It's as thick as a hair away, you know? It's
But breadth?
breadth.
Breadth?
It's the width of something is the breadth.
I've never heard that word before.
Well, usually it's pronounced
it's
breadth.
a thing I just
breadth.
learned for when it comes to marketing. How long can you what's the breadth of a project? It's
That's interesting.
how long you can make it last.
Yeah. So a hair's breadth
Okay.
away from these 4 Anbu is just a massive army of sand and sound ninja,
Yeah.
all marching silently through the forest towards Konoha. Back in the arena, Sakura wonders what the good reason, quote
Wait,
unquote.
do you think the sound ninja are assholes to the sand ninja because they're
Yes.
too loud?
Yes.
They're just walking that's 2 decibels, you fucking dickhead. Silently, I said 0 decibels.
And they're like, all right, I get it. You're sound ninja. Ooh.
He's like, shut the fuck up before I take you to a beach, you asshole. So crazy.
Shut the fuck up before I take you to a beach. That's funny. Right. So Sakura's like, oh, if there's such a good reason why you're late, what is it? And Kakashi's like, shut the fuck up. Just watch the goddamn match. Please stop talking to me.
I'm glad you joined on telling Naruto, because I get it. Sometimes my hatred for Naruto speeches are unwarranted, but this one I think is probably the most valid so far. He just needs to shut up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just not for him.
But so in the arena, we get to see. Ooh, this is cool. Sasuke backflips away from Gaara, twisting and turning all the way to the arena wall, and then continuing up the wall. He flips. So there's the in the arena. There's it's surrounded by a giant wall, and half of it is the stands. But then I guess the back half is just a regular wall, and then on top of that, it's the Kage's seats. And so Sasuke flips all the way up to damn near the top of it. And then once he's there, he weaves all these fancy signs and he grabs one of his hands. He's holding the wrist of one of his hands and he puts the other one down.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, what juicy is about to happen? Baki worries that Gaara will miss the signal if he's in his cocoon. And inside the cocoon, Gaara is calling himself a good boy and promising, quote unquote, mother that he'll open
weird.
it. And that everything will, quote, spill out.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Strangely sexual.
Yeah, right?
And just...
Yeah, and he really is. He's in there rocking back and forth and being like, I'm a good boy, I promise mother.
That was good.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
Yeah, and yeah, he's like, it'll... And the reason that I wrote it like this, and I didn't say that he wants to spill Sasuke's blood and give it, because he was also like, I'll open it and it'll all spill out. And... So, I feel like it means Sasuke's blood, and then he's going to feed it to
Maybe he's going to kill
mother.
himself.
But that's what I was thinking, is that he'll open something in himself, and the thing that'll spill out is the monster, right?
Ooh.
like kind of like 2 layers to that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Are you following me, Katie? I gotta ask you for the resident 12-year-old.
Oh, yes, I did follow that. I didn't think of that, but I did follow it.
Makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
What do you want? This pen?
No.
What do you want?
A tattoo.
Oh, okay. Well,
Why would I give you my closed hand if I wanted the pen?
because I could slide it into your fist, just like that.
Aha! Victory is mine!
Yes, exactly. A very gentle fisting. Kankuro and Tamari are also worried by Gaara's erratic behavior, and Kankuro believes that they should get out of the arena while they still can.
Yes,
And
run.
Shino is standing next to them, and he's like, "Oh, you guys have an evil plan?" That's like, just nobody noticed him, I guess.
I didn't notice him.
But it's Kankuro and Tamari next to each other, and they're like, "Oh, this is gonna ruin our plan." And Shino's like,
What plan?
He's literally just standing right there.
Yeah.
Like maybe 4 feet away.
It's really funny. I felt bad for him. In the forest beyond the village, the Sand and Sound Army creates a giant ceiling sign in the grass, and a sect of warriors departs from that group.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yes.
I couldn't figure out what the sign was, but it was.
What?
Oh yeah, the big like sigil that they put in the grass.
The summoning circle.
Yeah, it's like a giant group effort summoning jutsu. So while a bunch of the warriors like spread out and go away, the remaining ninjas surround it and they like hold scrolls while weaving signs, and it glows with energy. You know,
It's really cool. I
as
just
shit
didn't know what
does.
the fuck it was.
Yeah, it's a big ol' summoning jutsu. Back in the arena, Sasuke reveals his new technique. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's so fucking
so
cool.
cool.
The hand he was holding is now surrounded by lightning, crackling with audible and visible energy. No wonder Kakashi insisted on training him directly. The two are very similar. If we recall from the Land of Waves arc, this is how Kakashi killed Haku accidentally. It was because he was going to stab Zabuza with the lightning blade,
Yeah.
and Haku jumped between them.
We don't remember that.
Well, it was. I think I just pretend that everybody's seen everything. You know?
Okay, so for context, so he was doing this lightning move.
Yeah.
And he was charging
Against like the
Zabuza,
big bad guy
Yeah.
Zabuza, and
And then Haku jumps in front and takes the blow to the heart.
yeah, and
killing
you see
him near
Kakashi,
instantly.
like stabbed through the kid. It's like really sad. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is like the coolest
And now
move.
Sasuke's
Yeah.
got it. Ooh, it's so badass.
The line of Kakashi going like he's just like me.
Yeah.
was awesome.
And they are like
Yeah.
really similar. They're both
Yeah.
edgelord bitches.
They focused on the Sharingan. That was so.
Yeah,
cool.
right? Back in the arena, Sasuke... Oh, I just said that. That's his new technique. It is in the arena, in case anyone forgot. Drawing back his lightning-imbued hand, Sasuke charges towards Gaara, using the momentum of running down literally a vertical path to build up absurd momentum and speed.
So much momentum.
All while the physical... Since he's like literally holding chakra, every movement he makes with it tears up the ground underneath him. And like when he's on the wall... Yeah, just drawing it back creates like a ditch, you know? Sakura wonders about the sound that and what kind of attack it is, and Guy informs everyone that the technique, which is the only technique that Kakashi's ever created,
Which is funny.
That was hilarious.
Although I mean,
yeah.
like how many ninja makeup moves? I mean, Naruto did obviously sexy jutsu,
Yeah.
but like
I don't know. I think maybe because we're like so stuck with. Because even Guy doesn't have a move. The
Yeah, right?
gates, like, Kakashi has
Yeah,
that.
the gates are like
But
a
that's just
thing.
assuming, but I don't know. That's assuming Kakashi didn't steal that from Guy.
true.
Yeah.
He could have just Sharingan.
Maybe
that bitch.
that's the whole thing. Maybe Kakashi is always listening.
Mm-hmm.
He's just stealing all of his moves and he pretends, like, 'cause maybe he thinks Guy's the cooler
Yeah,
one.
and
you
if
know?
he makes Guy seem irrelevant, then nobody's gonna be like, "Hey, you stole that."
Yeah.
He's listening. He's just busy taking notes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's I think he just gave Sasuke, he's like, just steal these moves, but just change the name.
Yeah. And he did too. He called it Lion's Barrage.
Literally,
instead of
yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
And then I think for that 1 second, he also told Naruto the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, that Uzumaki name you got, we know your name's Naruto.
Yeah,
do other shit.
just throw it in there, yeah. But, yeah, so the lightning blade attack is a hyper-fast jab where chakra is focused so intently on the point of impact that it becomes visible and gives off the high-pitched sound of birds chirping.
Wait, do you guys know last names, people? Okay, go. What's Sasuke's last name? Morgan.
Uchiha?
Oh,
Katie,
yeah.
what is Naruto's last name?
Uzumaki?
Morgan, what is Sakura's last name?
Not a fucking clue.
Do you know Sakura's last name?
Isn't it Haruno?
Yeah, it is Haruno.
Yes!
That's a little less important, though. Her clan is just, I mean, we like...
Rich.
Yeah, exactly. We've just heard her parents be like, "Can you help with the chores, please? You've been in your bed all day."
What's Kakashi's last name, Katie?
I don't know.
It's Kakashi.
Nope.
Yes, it is. It's Kakashi.
Kakashi, my favorite character.
It's Hatake, in case anyone's wondering. But,
What's Guy's last name, Morgan?
ooh,
It's the last
yeah,
one.
yeah. What is Guy's last name? Do you know this one?
It's Guy Kakashi.
No.
You stole his name too.
Guy's last name is Guy. His first name is Might. His full name is Might Guy.
Mike Guy and Rock Lee.
Rock Lee and Mike Guy. Like,
Yeah.
come on. That is so funny.
So that one was a little bit of a trick question. But yeah, isn't that
That's
fun?
what I thought you were telling me about Kakashi, was that his first name was something else and the Kakashi was actually his last
To
name.
be honest, I didn't know where I was
Well,
going with that either.
in like
Kakashi.
Kakashi.
although in like Japan, I think it's like your last name is first. It's like
Just the way
Okay.
they it's not even just a Japan thing. My dad does the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like Uzumaki Naruto, Uchiha Sasuke,
Oh.
and yeah. So
It's 'cause I think it's because
yeah, thank you, Morgan, for the millionth time. Katie, commit to the bit. If you're gonna yawn, lean in and say, "Oh, jeez, I'm so tired."
Oh, jeez.
I can't wait for everyone to just
She's
be
the
like.
accent. She's learning.
I can't wait for everyone to just hear the podcast and I know it's just booming. I'm so tired. Ah!
But yeah, it's a cool move. Sasuke weaves between, because Gaara tries to defend against it. He sends
Yeah.
those
But
spikes again.
him just like
Spiky boy.
I think the detail of him like pulling the arm back and it breaks the wall.
That's
too.
what I was saying. Yeah,
so
everything
cool.
beneath it is like torn up, and he's ducking through the spikes and shit, and he slams his hand directly into the sphere
Yeah.
with his new technique, Chidori, which translates directly to 1,000
Fisting.
bird.
Well, more like a jab.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
a gentle jab.
A gentle jabbing.
You could.
Jab
I mean-
it? You could jab it? Maybe don't. Keep in mind, we've got some 11-year-olds listening.
Yeah.
You,
Wrong.
You can jab.
there's enough lube.
I-
Enough
I-
preparation.
I mean,
You don't
yeah, I
do
guess so. If you work up to it, everyone's consented, and it's
Yeah.
I guess give it a
People
jab.
are avoiding
Sure,
that.
do whatever you want. I don't. Well, sure.
Jab.
But hey,
Jab sounds so
I-
startling.
it's fun.
Imagine just you're sitting there. Oh!
It's like the new 1,000 Years of Death. 1,000 birds.
There's a video on the internet of somebody 1,000 years of deathing somebody on a trampoline, and it's really fucking funny
Did you-
because he's bouncing him like a basketball.
Did you find that post Naruto?
One of our mutual friends sent it to me, showed it to me the other day, and I was like, "Send that to me. That's like 1,000 years of death." And he was like,
They just showed you a video of someone getting their like asshole fingered.
"It was Logan."
I like not giving more context for that because it gives the listeners this image of this guy who's like, yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he will. If you meet Logan, he'll show
Yeah.
you some fisting, probably.
Well, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, I looked up what Chidori meant, and apparently it's from like an ancient samurai legend where this samurai had this bird that was called Chidori, and it only translates to 1,000 birds. Is that
Wow.
It's a bird noise.
That is what?
I think
what
your
kind of bird
Hinata sex
do
noises
you
are better
know?
than your bird noises.
I could make an actual bird noise. It was for a
Do
bit.
it. Do
Do a
it.
bird
Do
noise.
it.
Why?
I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't care.
I want to hear 1,000 birds.
Please,
I can't do a
just
1,000
one bird.
birds.
Just one bird. One
One
What
bird.
kind of bird?
Toucan sample.
No.
Just follow your nose.
That's all I needed in life.
Well, if that's all you need, let's continue.
No, come on.
Do
a bird
cinnamon.
sound. Do a bird sound.
Give me a real fucking
Raj.
bird.
Well,
That's
first
a
of all,
cinnamon
yeah,
stick.
exactly. I was gonna say.
You just want me to do a racist Jamaican accent?
Does Raj know the difference between birds and cereal mascots?
Tune into Me Radio 6 to find out. You guys just gonna throw cereal mascots and birds
You
at
point
me?
to a pigeon and you're
Just
like, what
which is it?"
cereal is that?
Is that Count Chocula?
Do I know how to do a bird noise?
Do you?
I thought about it in my head.
Just
but I don't know
like,
if I
just send it. Just like, focus your chakra and just send it forth. Good to back away from the mic, mayhaps. Okay, go for it.
Oh wait, a turkey's a bird.
Go.
Me and Morgan were doing that in the car all
That
morning.
is
We were just looking at each other
terrifying.
and doing.
That does sound terrible. That's
No,
okay.
I got
It's
casted
really
to play.
scary.
So in 7th grade, I got casted to play.
A turkey?
No. What's the one that
a
talks?
cereal mascot.
The one that talks. A parrot. I got casted as a parrot. Oh wait, that might be Toucan Sam. No, he's a toucan.
He's a toucan. It's in the name.
It's in the name. Well, it was a bird, and there's a lot of pressure for me to do a bird noise, and I did it once, and they recast me immediately. So I think you did a great job, Morgan.
Wait, can you do you remember how to do your failing bird noise?
No, I repressed all bird noises.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's why I think they're all. I think they're all serial mascots now.
That's not Morgan. There's just a turkey in the room running wild.
We parted in one for Thanksgiving, so now it's just around here with the Naruto shirt on.
All right, that's enough turkey, please. Guy notes that Chidori requires inhumane speed and power, transforming the wielder's arm into an invincible sword, basically, that can even, supposedly, cut lightning in half.
Crazy.
Which he says that Kakashi did. And then Ino's like, okay, boomer.
No, I wrote that in my notes too! I said, okay,
Exactly,
boomer.
yeah,
Oh
she
my
really
God.
does. Like, almost word for word.
That is so funny.
Guy criticizes Kakashi for teaching such a technique. And then Kakashi's like, well, no, he actually, this is kind of shitty of Kakashi. He like bends down next to Lee and he's like, well, Lee, do you think I was here? Do you think I'm the irresponsible teacher? Do you think I'm the one who taught a technique that maybe someone should have taught?
Is my student crippled?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so.
He's like, Lee, how are your,
My student won.
Yeah, exactly.
Did yours?
He's like, Lee, how are your torn up muscles from the inner gates that guy taught you?
Oh, is my student fighting the one that beat you? Oh, crazy, right? And you're still talking? Oh,
yeah,
insane.
Yeah. It's kind of shitty of Kakashi, to be honest.
That was great.
That was incredible. Yeah, that was a good bit.
Though Sakura doesn't quite understand what's going on, but Lee realizes. No. Either she's explaining what's going on, or
she has no
she's
idea.
lost.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like, where am I?
If she's lost,
Where's
we're lost.
Sasuke?
She's the real narrator. She's the real narrator of the show.
Where
here.
am I? Where's Sasuke? But Lee realizes that like having a move that's just a forward jab means that Sasuke's like intuition and confidence is crazy high because that's a really difficult thing to do. And in tandem with the Sharingan, this has allowed Sasuke to surpass Lee even in taijutsu.
Yeah.
Outside of the village, squads of sand and sound shinobi have surrounded the perimeter and await the signal, whatever that is. Shikamaru notices...
Turkey noises.
Yes, yeah. They project it with their sound. Shikamaru notices that Naruto is experiencing like a jealous whiplash because he 2 seconds ago he was like, Kakashi, stop the match, Sasuke's too weak, and now he's like, Sasuke's too strong.
Oh no.
Yeah. Despite because Naruto's come a long way recently, and I feel like I thought that Naruto might be stronger than Sasuke because he was really good briefly, you know? But then Sasuke shows up and it's like...
Of course he does.
Well, he's got this fucking move that's like fucking Jonin level, you know? The Chidori is so badass.
Yeah. Now do you see why I had to train him myself?
Yeah, seriously.
Ah.
Inside of Gaara's, the sphere thing...
butthole?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, this is like a big deal because Sasuke's strike has drawn blood from Gaara. And Gaara fucking loses it.
Yeah, for someone who's so powerful, he's kind of a little bitch.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
you
That's
know-
the whole thing.
you know-
He didn't learn how to get hit.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that Gaara has kind of mild autism, maybe, you know? Because he's got like the level of uncomfortable that he is from being touched, you know? It's right. It kind of reminds you of that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he's like, what is this? It's wet and.
Yeah.
It's wet and warm.
Yeah,
and
dripping.
Inside of his butthole.
Hey, Lee.
Listen, there was a line, you crossed it. That line, that fucking fan bitch drew in the sand, you've crossed it.
Yeah. So you've gone under the ground, through the hole, and through the butthole of the arena.
And I got her shadow.
But Gaara fucking loses his mind.
His line delivery for him saying my blood is so good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's he really can't handle this.
Yeah.
So Sasuke tries to pull his hand out of the sphere, but it starts to crush him, and he's crying out. It hurts him. And
How did he handle his face tattoo?
Who? Oh, Gaara.
Those shits hurt.
Well, no. He's always been
That
exposed.
shit
His dad's been
hurt
trying
him.
to kill him since day one.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily been hit.
Well, that's why he has the shield now, because he
Maybe it's not a tattoo. Maybe he just draws it on his face every morning with Sharpie.
Wait, maybe the shield is his mom.
Oh, that'd be something.
What?
No,
What?
that's
I'm
actually
sorry,
sand, 'cause it's a
wait.
separate
Well, just,
entity.
whatever you're saying, it sounds like good and great, but walk me through your thought process.
No, because that's the plot that's the plot for literally Neon Genesis Evangelion and Final Fantasy VII. That's literally it. Like your mom becoming like a thing. So like the sand armor could be his mom.
Wait. So
Well, yes.
extrapolate.
It
on that.
protects
Well, just because you guys were talking about the face tattoo, and then Raj said, well, his dad's been trying to kill him since day one. That's why he has that sand shield thing. And then I was like, the sand shield. He's been calling things his mother. And then I don't know. That it
So you
didn't
think
really...
his dad fucked the sand?
No!
In the butthole!
Yeah, it made the sphere and he fucked the hole. And that's how Gaara was born.
Wow.
Da-da-da! She didn't die. She just fell on the ground. He was like, look at all this fucking sand.
She didn't
Sure.
die. She was always just a hole at the beach.
Oh my gosh.
Low Tide, a Gaara love story.
Oh my god. It could be Jiraiya's next book.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Make out sand dune.
That's so funny.
But okay, so
That's
like
not
her
what I
like
meant. I meant-
energy or something.
Yeah, she her spirit is
Okay.
controlling the sand.
valid
I don't
prediction.
think so. Yeah.
It would be
popped into
funny
my head, and I
because
was
he
like,
doesn't
oh.
control the sand. The sand is trying to protect him. So
Exactly.
it's funny if her spirit or
Yeah, that like
energy or
that kind of makes
existing
sense.
chakra.
Yeah, because like who knows how chakra works, you know? Like
I think we do,
I don't know, but it could be like I buy that. That sounds like a valid thing.
but maybe her spirit, or maybe it's magic sand that she left behind with some beans,
Yeah. What?
like the beanstalk. It was
Yeah, like
Oh, because
like
the beans are magic, and so
Yeah.
yeah.
a fucking joke.
Well, I just didn't understand the joke. That's
Well,
all.
you need to be more.
And everyone
informed.
knows jokes are funnier once you explain them. What was that?
my phone.
Oh.
A visual gag, some would say.
Yeah, so Sasuke tries to yank his hand out of the thing and it like closes in and he cries out in pain because it's like low-key crushing his arm, but he activates Chidori again to be able
I'm
to...
sorry, are you cosplaying as Kakashi right now?
Oh, because my hat's over my eyes a little bit? Yeah. This is why I don't wear hats when we record, so I can just mess up my hair.
The beanie's a good look.
Because otherwise I'm just going to start messing with the beanie.
I don't know. Okay, I'm looking across from you, right?
Uh-huh.
And I see the beanie, and I
Should I put it down? Or?
no, well,
You've had it like resting gently.
I'm just
on the
gonna-
No,
top.
it looks good. And then I just like every time you sway a little bit to the left, I see the hole behind you in the wall.
Oh.
And you think I should fuck that?
No, I'm just
Make
like,
Gaara.
all
Radio
right.
Radio, episode 5.
Yeah.
Ian fucks the hole in the
You
wall.
know,
We all
if
commentate.
only Gaara's dad had fucked a wall, it would have been like plaster that forms out of the ground.
We'll record it from the other side of the wall, so all I hear is you just like smacking the wall and like the occasional word or two. If it's all like just muffled.
Wow, that's
He's done,
that might be
guys.
the weirdest thing we've ever said on
Sorry,
air.
is that a one-sided glory hole?
Ah.
There's no glory in the hole.
Yeah,
It's just the
there's
hole.
no glory
That's what makes
here.
it one-sided.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the lack
There's
of
no
glory.
I in team or glory hole
True. Only
in Ori.
Yeah,
Ori,
I can't break words apart fast enough.
No.
Right. So, for the third time, Sasuke tries to rip his hand out. He has to activate Chidori to do it. He gets out, but he's followed. So, he tears it out of the sphere, and then this gigantic, like, terrifying-looking fucking arm reaches out after. I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's, like, veiny, kind of? It looks like it might be made of sand. Like a penis.
You had to wait for that 1 second. Let it settle in. Like a penis.
Yeah. No. But it's this giant arm that it snakes after him. Sasuke is able to get away, but it like and then it gets sucked back inside of the sphere. So, what?
You really do laugh silently.
Yeah, I know.
It's just funny. It's good for podcasting because then no one will ever know if I'm laughing. And then when I actually want to laugh, I make that screeching pterodactyl noise that I do.
I kept feeling like I should laugh along so that it was noticeable.
What was that?
Is that your laugh?
Oh, that was really funny, Liam.
Right. But hey, none of the Sand Ninja have ever seen a reaction like this, like what's happening with Gaara before, because Gaara's never gotten hurt. But the thing is, they do recognize that arm, and they're terrified of what's going on inside the sphere.
Yeah.
So, and then this is like my favorite scene from any of these episodes, other than maybe when, like Raj was saying, when Sasuke pulls his hand back with the Chidori and it rips up the wall, because that looks really cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, Sasuke uses his Sharingan to look inside the hole in the sphere, and we see like the whatever that weird substance is that the arm was made of is like swishing around in there, and then suddenly this demonic eye presses against the hole, and you like get like a force of impact from it, and there's like a roar, and it's just what a great way to like what the fuck
Really
is
good,
Gaara doing?
Yeah.
Genma senses something bad. No shit. What?
Genma, you character.
Yeah, he's the worst proctor ever. Even Hayate was better than this. But the sphere starts
Was
to.
that a reference to?
Oh, was that a Hayate cough? Very good.
Totally a reference.
Yeah.
Not a reason to cough.
But yeah, the sphere starts to crack open and it like falls into.
I've been coughing a lot of stuff, so I guess that's what we can call it.
I'm
just constantly
You're
referencing
using a
Hayate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As in like
Keeping
in
him alive.
memoriam, yeah.
Definitely not from cigarettes.
No.
No. Okay, guys, listen. Cigarettes don't make me cough. They just
Maybe
don't.
that's what Hayate's is from too. So that
Yeah.
Well, we won't ever know.
It's all a beautiful reference.
Call Kishimoto right fuck now. I need answers. I really do.
Yeah, I actually
Raj
really,
won't stop smoking cigarettes until he figures
until
out
he knows why
it's
Hayate
coughing.
coughs.
I will do this until either I die or he comes back. Bring him back in Boruto, you asshole.
Bring him back in Boruto.
Make him Hokage.
Wow, that's pretty funny. So the sphere around Gaara like melts into just sand on the ground, but instead of a monster, which is I guess would make sense to expect, it's Gaara on the inside, and he emerges unchanged but breathless, clasping the bleed. It's like pouring blood, the wound on his shoulder.
He's literally the Vine where it's the kid that goes, blood? Blood?
What?
Have you never seen that?
See what?
It's like a Vine or some shit where there's like a little kid and he goes, blood? Exactly
no.
like I just
But
did.
I believe it though.
It's a thing.
I'm not really familiar with Vines, but people love Vine references, so this
Blood?
is good. Yeah.
It's weird that like everyone's kind of hating on TikTok now, but that was like the thing. We hated on Vine when it first came out till it was gone.
Yeah,
People
TikTok's
also hated on Musical.ly when it first
Yeah,
came out.
literally,
And then
yeah.
they loved it, and then TikTok came and they're like, what's this?
yeah.
I think what happened to Vine is kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Like it's like the illest corporate shit. Like Twitter bought Vine just to take their video formatting into Twitter and then killed Vine.
Yeah.
That is insane.
But also, like, all of this new tech shit, like, kind of doesn't make money. Like, I think, like, Snapchat, like, just loses money. It's,
Yeah,
like,
constantly,
never made money.
yeah.
Which is crazy to
That's
me.
because they didn't want to sell to Facebook.
Yeah.
Which is like one of those like morally,
But, like,
are they
good,
right?
because, like, fuck Facebook.
Yeah.
But, like...
They're losing money.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't help that at a point where Snapchat was kind of like the thing, and then Instagram would copy Snapchat.
And made the stories.
Yeah,
And
now...
and Instagram is Facebook. That was, like, what
Literally,
happened is
yeah.
they tried to buy Snapchat, and then they were just like, all right, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves.
And now, like, for me at least, Insta's way ahead of Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, infinitely
I remember
ahead.
when Instagram first brought out stories, I was like, this is just,
no
nobody's
one's
going to
gonna
ever
use
use this because it's always going to be Snapchat.
I felt so
Now,
corny using it.
Instagram is kind of where it's at.
Yeah,
now.
it's 100% where it's at. Snap sucks. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. So, Gaara's siblings recognize that because Sasuke broke the sphere and injured Gaara, Gaara couldn't finish transforming into whatever the monster that we saw teased is. Still, though, Sasuke notes that the look in Gaara's eyes have changed.
Yeah.
In the stands, Kabuto he's behind just some random dude, and he places his hand on him, which causes him to fall asleep, almost as if he's like testing his power. Then Kabuto focuses his chakra, and feathers start to fall all over the stadium, causing nearly everyone to fall into a sleeping genjutsu. Kakashi, Guy, and several other of the like more advanced ninja don't fall for the genjutsu, including Sakura, who is able to counter with her genjutsu release before she falls unconscious. But most of our boys, including all the kids that we know, like Naruto and Shikamaru, Choji Ino, they all appear to be out cold.
Isn't that kind of like I feel like that's a cop-out of Sakura knowing genjutsus and shit, just so, like, we are constantly aware of what's happening. She's our guide and narrator.
But if you, Kakashi was like, a little later, he's like, oh, it paid off to teach you that in the pre-Genin training. But do you remember during the bell exercises, Kakashi placed that like insanely over the top genjutsu on her, where she like saw Sasuke
like die.
Yeah. And so like this is almost like narrative payoff, like 60 episodes later.
Yeah, no, it's for the people who stayed.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because there's a lot of reasons where you should have left, but you stayed.
Yeah, right?
And we appreciate
Which
that.
is, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, so just those guys are awake. Baki is surprised that Kabuto would make his move so soon, and this is creepy. The Kazekage, like, it does like a slow motion thing because this is everything happening.
Yeah.
Like this is the signal, the plan, the sand, what they've
Shit's
been talking
going
about.
down.
Exactly. It's all happening now. And the Kazekage in like slow motion turns towards the third Hokage and they lock eyes for just a moment. And then the Kazekage gives the signal and bam, everything starts happening. His bodyguards jump forward and they throw down smoke grenades, which like hide the Kage from view. And then we cut to the forest and the villains with the summoning jutsu, it like activates and something comes out of it. And all of the enemy ninjas around the village.
Oh.
What?
I could have used context clues to figure out what it was.
Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't know what it was. But
I just didn't connect it in my
that's
head.
fair. That's fair.
The Kazekage staring at the Hokage
was
some of the most terrifying, creepy shit ever.
I know. I didn't even know how to write it. Like, it was
freaked me out.
Very disturbing.
Because him staring at the Hokage, I thought it was going to be another one of those, like, oh, the Hokage's staring at the match and the Kazekage is just being weird. But then the Hokage stared back.
I don't know. I feel like I must have skipped a sentence or something because the whole time that Sasuke was doing Chidori and stuff, the Kazekage kept going, excellent.
Yeah.
Like 3 times.
Yeah, he said it a lot.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah, it was...
And never really on beat.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, obviously we find out in the next episode it was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But, like, it was very strange. And it's weird that the Hokage wasn't like, what are you doing?
Why are you staring at me?
This is creepy.
And also, shouldn't you be rooting for...
Gaara.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
exactly.
why are you creepily
Get Chris Hansen on the line.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the foreshadowing, I knew in my brain. Hold it.
What I was actually going to ask you, well, I guess once we get to the reveal in the episode, but I'm going to ask, like, how soon did you know? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Anyways, so everything's going down, and in the stadium, Kankuro, Temari, and Baki recognize that Operation Destroy Konoha has begun. And that's the end of episode 67. I think it's a translation thing, because I looked it up, and apparently this is how Shonen Jump made it so that little kids could understand what was going on.
It's like Konoha Crush or
Yeah, it's the Konoha Crush operation in Japanese.
See, that's better.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just fucking call it that?
Well, because like 8-year-olds are reading this.
Yeah.
Konoha Crush, that's like, what is this, a soda?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Thank you. But yeah, that's the end of episode 67. Everything's happening now.
Everything.
This is like, yeah.
Everything is happening.
I mean, we're still, but the thing is, Sasuke and Gaara are still like in the match.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's gonna happen? We don't know until episode 68. When Kakashi and Guy start walking towards the Hokage, they're like, oh, we should help out. But a squad of cloaked Anbu rush by, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, we've got this taken care of.
Like, worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, we've got you.
And then a second team of Anbu meet up with this team of Anbu when they get like close to the Kage, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go down and protect the nobles from the lands, because like everybody's there. Like motherfuckers who outrank the Hokage are there in the stands. They're the people who are like betting on shit.
Yeah.
They were like from the larger, because I feel like our worldview in Naruto is very much
very small,
tied to the military.
Yeah.
But like there's a whole world out there. And that's where these folks are. So that team of Anbu...
Anbu looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like the way they move, it, like with no arm movements or anything, it's just all jacket, mask.
Because like these are the actual ninjas.
Yeah, these are like the guys.
Yeah. So yeah, they go protect the lords and stuff. And the Kazekage's bodyguards leap from the smoke, and they try to send the first team back, but the head Anbu, who's wearing this bomb-ass like white cloak, splits them in half in a single movement. It's fucking sick. In the cloud of smoke, Raido, who's, again, that just random dude with the nose scar who's hanging out with the Hokage, he is impaled by several kunai. But while he's, like, sliding down the wall with the kunai inside him, he's like, Hokage, you have to get out of here. And then he falls unconscious.
Or dead.
I think kunai are way more effective if you are a secondary character.
Yeah.
That's true.
Infinitely way more
Or when
effective.
you're actually a fucking ninja.
Yeah, no, it does seem that way.
Because they're just using them constantly.
It's like, you know how people use the phrase plot armor?
Yes.
Plot armor is 100% effective against kunai.
Yes, 100%.
And if you don't have plot armor, it functions like an actual knife.
Like, this is when 10-10 should have shined. This is her one moment she was asleep.
If only 10-10 had been a secondary character.
Crazy.
I don't even think it showed her fall asleep.
That's how secondary she is. She's just so lame.
I was questioning the head Anbu Black Ops guy, but then you answered my question.
What was the question?
But I thought that was Kabuto, and I was like, why
Oh,
is he...
actually, I thought it was Kabuto too.
Yeah.
And I
No,
thought
he has a very distinct mask that I think none of us
Yeah,
just paid
I thought he was
attention.
in that squad that was like, oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it. I thought that was why they were doing it, was to
Okay.
like trick Kakashi and Guy. But no, it was just
No,
Anbu.
Yeah,
we
I
just
was
don't pay attention
confused,
to
and
his
then I
mask.
was like, wait, is he the one in white? And I was like, why is he in white? That makes him stand out so much. Like, then he's gonna,
Yeah.
whatever. And then you were like, oh, just like the head on the
Right,
bottom
yeah.
sky. And, yeah.
Which, and the white robe looks cool as fuck.
It
Yeah.
does.
Anyways, before the Hokage can flee, the Kazekage grabs him in a chokehold and leaps up above to the highest point of the arena, which is the roof above the stand in which the Kage were sitting. The Anbu look on as... So the Kazekage's bodyguards were like split in half by that head Anbu.
Yep.
And either... Like, so there's 4 halves of bodies.
Yeah.
And I think this is what happens anyways. Out of the halves of the bodies, a person comes out of each half. And they're these 4 mysterious sound ninja who have very distinct character designs.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see them do anything, but
They're
They're
like,
gonna be important.
yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
it's kind of fucking cool.
And they all have...
One of them kind of looks like Gaara, but in blue.
Which one?
Just, I think the first one that they showed.
The one that looks like Gaara but in blue.
Yeah, he's got like blue hair. Like
Oh, yeah, I know. He's
yeah.
got like a hair over one of his eyes.
Yeah,
It's like
but
a-
like his face looked like Gaara.
Yeah. But it's like they all, first of all, look cool as fuck. And they all have like very distinct like movement and voice actors. So it's like, hey, these guys are coming
Pay
up.
attention to them.
Like very clearly. Yeah, so they jump up and they stand on the 4 corners of the roof. The Anbu try to reach the Kage, but those 4 sound ninja unleash their 4 flames formation, which creates a massive cubular boundary atop the roof containing the 2 Kage. One of the Anbu tries to like beat the boundary and run past, but it touches him and he's burned alive like immediately right in front of us, which is crazy.
Yeah, he just gets set afire.
Yeah, he's incinerated in a second.
Yeah.
Kakashi and Guy try to intervene, but this is when Kabuto comes into the fold. And he's still in his Anbu disguise, and he's like, hey, it's me, Kabuto.
Because guys are like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The Hokage!
Aren't you an Anbu? Shouldn't you be doing
What are you
it? I was
doing,
like,
buddy?
What are you doing?
And then it turns out that a bunch of the civilians were actually sound ninja in disguise.
Yeah.
And they all jump out and they flank Kabuto.
Which was weird.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was.
They like.
It was weird
it was
because
so odd.
they for the good of the audience, like it makes sense. They were wearing that sound ninja outfit, which is like a cheetah print scarf and a ninja mask.
Yeah.
But they would just be wearing civilian clothes. You know what I mean?
You'd think, but
You
you know
would.
they were like, let's make him look like
Yeah.
Joseph.
No, because the thing is, like, you look at Anbu Black Ops, you're like, oh, that's on Black Ops. But there are some, like, civilians in the crowd that you're like, I want to know their story.
Yeah. Well, like backwards baseball cap guy.
Yeah.
Or chilling out guy. Or famously middle-aged mustache sweater vest man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if they
Yeah.
had people who look like that, you know, in the crowd, they'd be like, all right, I should be looking out for you.
Right. No, and I do like it. I feel like they have to coordinate their outfits because it's good for teamwork. You know?
That is great for team.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We're
Power Rangers
coordinated
came
right now.
together
We're
so
all
long.
naked.
They weren't all color coded and shit.
Exactly. To both of those things. Us being naked and the Power Rangers. 2 good things. The Hokage can't understand why the Sand Village would attack. Like, it's peacetime. What are you doing?
Peace time, baby.
But the Kazekage is like, the treaty between our villages was never anything more than a charade to get you to lower your defenses.
So does that just mean that Neji's dad died for nothing?
That wasn't the Sand. That was the
Oh.
Cloud Village.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The no, I know it's confusing.
Which, yes, but not.
Well, first of all, yes, Neji's dad just kind of died for nothing. But no, the
Well, in my head, I was like, oh, well, the war they were trying to prevent wasn't even prevented, but
right, yeah,
it was
no,
a
different war. Different. I know,
Got it.
man, motherfuckers really be fighting wars. But yeah, that was a war with the Land of Lightning, which that village is the village hidden in the clouds.
Okay.
The Sand Village is almost right next to the Land of Fire, which is where the Leaf Village is. I know this is complicated. But in the Sand Village is in the Land of Wind, and in that is the village hidden in the sand. And that's like their military, you know?
All right.
Fun
Cool.
geography. I hate that I could literally draw a map of this entire
I
world
would like to
off,
see
Please
that.
off the top of my
Yeah.
head.
I think you should, and then put it on like our Instagram or something.
Well, I mean,
for everyone
like,
to see.
there are maps out there.
Well, yeah, but
But
you should draw one from
in your
memory.
Like,
fun
just-
style.
yeah.
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 But look, the third is like, hey man, it's peacetime. War sucks. Can you maybe not do this?
Yeah.
Like we could make an agreement, like just like a friendly gentleman talk. But the Kazekage only laughs. He wonders if the third is a coward now that he's facing death, and then he calls him Sarutobi Sensei.
Ooh.
I know.
That means something.
Is this the first time we've heard the third Hokage's
Yes.
name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his name.
That was his name?
Hiruzen Sarutobi, yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just thought it was just like one of those like ranking things.
Yeah, no, it's his name's Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage. It's just.
Wait, could you say it one more time?
Keep going over the outline. I'm excited.
Sarutobi. What are you gonna say?
I don't even.
Okay, let's get back to it. I know, that was crazy. On the wall surrounding the village, a lookout. I liked this scene. It was like these two lookouts on the wall.
Dude,
it's so funny. He's like, man,
why did we get the lookout,
we
dude?
fucking have to work during the Chunin Exams. The fucking Sasuke is gonna fight.
They're like just enough of a secondary like look, but it's like just enough of.
They put some effort in.
Yeah.
And then the other guard is like, hey man, job's a job. You gotta do it
2 times a year. Come on.
And then the first, he's like, oh, that was important. We find out
Yeah,
that the
that it
Chunin
happens
exam,
2 times a year.
Yeah, it's biannual. So like is that what it's called? Biannual?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like you were predicting that maybe they'll retake the exams.
They could.
They could.
Yeah.
It happens twice a year. Like, that's crazy. But I love how the guy's like, yeah, but this is the only time Sasuke's gonna fight. And then he says something like, my life is ruined. So
My life fucking sucks.
He really said it though,
Yeah.
which I thought was so funny. And then their attention is drawn away because the summoning jutsu activates, and this gigantic 3-headed snake appears in the forest.
Was it a 3-headed snake or was it 3 giant snakes?
I don't know, but I
It
choose
was
to
3
believe.
never saw
giant
the
snakes
end of their
because
body.
they said
There's huge cobra at the gate.
Yeah, he did say there's 3 cobras. Yeah, you're right. But I like the idea of a 3-headed snake.
maybe there's 3 with 3 heads.
Yeah, and they're just
Each.
elsewhere, and we haven't seen them.
Yeah.
No,
We've
but
only seen one, but
so
yeah,
then,
we know that there's
fine.
3.
Then 3 giant cobras appear, and it crashes through the wall into the village. And like the guards try and stop it, right?
Yeah,
They're throwing all these explosive kunai,
Which
but the
they're
snake.
fucking huge snake. What is that gonna do?
It just
Yeah,
like shakes him off. Not even a nothing. The ninja try to run for help, but the ninja that summoned the snake catch up, and they slaughter the Leaf Village ninja that are trying to get help.
straight kunai.
Yeah, no, it's like
kunai.
true, but it's like a massacre.
Yeah.
Like war is breaking out before our eyes, and like I always think like because you have to fill in the gaps a little bit here because it's like kind of a shitty drawn cartoon, but like imagine if this was like a highly produced thing that wasn't on Cartoon Network. Like this would be the army pouring in, like this is the assault. Back in the arena, Tamari and Kankuro get down into the ring with Gaara, and they're like, hey, buddy, we gotta go. You need to leave.
Yeah.
But Gaara pushes them aside, and he's like, no, I have to kill Sasuke.
Oh, you did the voice.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
No, his voice actor's name is Liam, too.
I know.
You've only said it a million times.
Yes. I told you about that one guy. Was it Liam Triforce, the video essay guy? And you're like, I haven't seen his videos, but great name. Like, it'll probably suit me. Makes great content.
I always say, like, who do you think is the most sexy Hemsworth brother? And I'm like, I think Liam Hemsworth. Mostly first name based.
What's his filmography like? Well, he models.
Yeah.
He has an Instagram page.
Yeah, he's got a solid first name again. Yeah. Loop back around to that. But Baki stands between Gaara and Sasuke, and he's like, hey, you 3 need to get out of here and join the operation. And then Genma steps up next to Sasuke. Everybody's like getting ready to fight again.
Getting ready.
Then Gaara falls to his knees, and Tamari's like, oh shit, the wound from the Chidori is like worse than we thought. This is like a serious battle injury, and it's preventing his transformation into, again, whatever the thing is. Baki scolds Gaara for attempting, because Gaara do you think those people outside are the ones?
No, I was just blankly staring. But if you want to go beat the shit out of 2 random girls passing by, you know what? Buddy, partner in crime here. Let's go.
I'll throw hands with anyone.
Katie and I will comment from the door.
I can't imagine us being shut out to people and then just Katie is holding like the laptop and Morgan holding the mic going like, and Rob's going for the right hook. Stop! He is crushing her.
It's a pile driver.
Oh my god! Liam is suplexing a woman right now.
Did Liam just gently fist her?
No!
But it's so fun.
But yeah, it's interesting because Baki's like, hey, you tried to transform before you were given the signal, and that's why you can't do it now, you know?
So that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's transform.
Yeah, in the sphere, I guess.
He's part of the plan.
Yeah, but I guess he wasn't supposed to do it that soon or something?
Not at all.
No. Anyways, Kankuro is like, hey, what do we do now? Because Gaara's like,
Broken.
he's the only thing that allows us to be able to think we can take on the Leaf Village.
Yeah.
And and then we cut to like the shinobi that are fighting near the wall to the Leaf, and they're like, "Hey, where's Gaara? Because we really need him. He's like our backup." So Baki instructs Temari and Kankuro to take Gaara away so that he can recover, and then they can rejoin the operation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he intends to kill his second proctor in as many months. You know, because he killed Hayate too. So.
Wait, I missed that he intended to kill him.
Yeah, of course Baki's gonna kill Genma. It's like a Leaf versus Sand.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you said Gaara. Yeah, I thought you said Gaara was trying to kill.
No. Gaara takes off
like,
with
what?
Temari and Kankuro.
Where's
got it.
Anko? What is she doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't she like
She's probably around.
the proctor?
Oh yeah,
she was a
Isn't
second.
like the one who knew a lot about Orochimaru?
she's busy opening the panel.
Oh,
They couldn't figure out how to close it, so
very
she had to
nice.
stay behind.
Close
She's
the
like,
panel.
close the fucking
And
panel!
no one's coming because everyone's fighting these 3 fucking snakes right now.
Yeah,
Close the fucking
because
panel.
the arena was in the tower in the Forest of Death, so she's there alone, just going, close the panel. Close the panel, but there's nobody left.
Lunch break? I'll give him a minute. And then, but her lunch breaks are like.
Right, because she's eating all those fucking like dumplings and
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So. But yeah, Baki it looks like he's gonna kill Genma. And he killed Hayate too, so really keep your proctors away from this man. Temari and Kankuro run off, and Genma wonders if Orochimaru is behind everything that's happening. Baki doesn't know though, he just wants to fight Genma. Genma is like, hey, Sasuke, the exams are over. And by the way, you're basically at Chunin level anyway, so why don't you help out?
Which was good.
Yeah,
That
interesting line.
So
Yeah.
cool. It's like,
That-
you won already.
Yeah,
Just
he's
go.
like, look, everybody knows you're hot shit. Just
Yeah, like your last
But
name.
we don't care.
man.
Stop trying.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Let's go.
You popped into Kakashi with the most flair of like an entrance.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
fine.
It's like being a ninja is like 90% presentation anyway.
Literally, the last proctor smoked cigarettes and he got a job this high. So
Yeah,
you're
you're really fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, but in a way, your match is continuing because you need to track down and stop Gaara. Sasuke starts to run off. Baki stops him. Well, Baki tries to stop him. He throws some kunai, and Genma knocks those kunai out of the air with his own kunai, and he's like, hey, this is our fight. You and me, down here. Above, the Kazekage admits that he intended to kidnap Sasuke while Gaara rampaged, and that the Leaf Village's destruction was never really a priority. That was just sort of a myth. And it's like, then what's going on? Like, why would the Kazekage want to kidnap Sasuke? What is this thing? So, of course, the Kazekage grabs the skin on his face, rips it off. It's Orochimaru.
Oh my god!
So, at what point did you know?
When Kazekage walked in and I saw his fucking eyes, I'm like, that's Orochimaru.
Like the first time?
Yes.
Interesting.
That-
I didn't say
insane.
anything because I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
But he walked in and I was like, no, that's definitely fucking Orochimaru.
Yeah. I feel
Because
like-
his face is all creepy.
Right.
And his eyes, like, I always will know those eyes because they're just tiny and little.
Yeah, but it raises so many questions. Like, where is the Kazekage? Like, the real one,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, what is going on?
Didn't think of that.
Yeah, right? There's a lot of, like, things that are, like, thrown up
Yeah.
into the air
I
now.
literally, it happened and I was like,
Yeah, but it makes you wonder, like, how deep does this shit go? I mean, Orochimaru...
Deep.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Fucking deep, bro.
As deep as
Maybe the Kazekage has always been Orochimaru in a mask.
Well, we don't
Question
know
mark?
anything. Yeah,
They've
it's
been
like-
looking for him. Maybe he's been doing that shit for a
Yeah,
while.
right? This whole thing is, like, a giant question. Although, Orochimaru's running the Sound Village, too. Like, how much time does this motherfucker have?
All the time in the world.
True, I guess you never know. Anyways, so yeah, the Kazekage was Orochimaru the whole time.
Woo!
And the third Hokage laments, he's like, I always knew I would have to stop my formal pupil. Did we... I know I said formal pupil, but the point is,
No.
we didn't know that.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
so we knew Orochimaru trained Anko, but we didn't know that the third Hokage trained Orochimaru.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
insane.
like big news, right? I mean, like, this is like a classic traitor, revenge, like, master killing whatever story, you know?
For-
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's like, I always knew that we'd end up battling. But Orochimaru's like, this is why when they first... Because remember they sat down, the Kazekage was like, aren't you getting old? You should have picked a successor by now. And it's like, because he was going to try and assassinate
he's
him.
like,
so
I
it's-
told you should have picked a fifth
yeah,
Hokage.
no wonder he was being such a fucking creep this whole time.
Big
But you
no
only gave
BS
him like
line.
what,
and
like
why he was
2
like,
hours
excellent.
to pick
Yeah.
up, like realistically, if the third Hokage was to pick, he had like 2 hours to decide.
Oh, right. I think it was more of a threat, but yeah.
I mean, no, it's definitely
If he had gotten
threat.
up in the Chunin exams and he had just like gone over
I'm
to...
bored of this.
Yeah.
You do it now. For everybody listening, I lifted up my phone to represent a phone call and I
held
did
it
it backwards.
Who do you think... of the characters that we've met so far, who do you think would be the best 5th Hokage?
Sheena.
Naruto!
Oh.
I disagree with both of you vehemently.
What did you say?
Shino.
Oh, Shino. Interesting.
Just
Interesting.
standing there, just...
That man
Just
he heard a
listening to them
whole
talk about
terrorist
strings.
plot. It was like,
Leaf Village.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
which is
We need someone in that common office.
it's very much like the 3rd Hokage, who knew that Orochimaru was going to attack
Yeah.
again, and knew that Orochimaru
Even he was like, yeah, I'm gonna.
yeah, and he was like, yeah, just keep the exams rolling. That's
fine.
very Shino energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shino would take care of everything with bugs and shit.
And I feel like every human now has to live underground or in trees. The bugs are in the village now. This is now the village hidden in the bugs.
That is so good. Yes, that is what I want.
But it's
That's so
Kakashi,
funny.
right? Kakashi would be a
Oh.
bomb-ass Hokage.
The guy sensei first.
Guy, yeah?
Guy over
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, what if
Kakashi
we did
would-
like a little double Hokage action?
Yeah.
No, I feel like Kakashi would go
Hokage?
and be like, too much work. I don't
Yeah,
know.
actually,
Oh
you're
my
right.
god,
Yeah.
Kokage!
Kokage.
That's really good. Actually, that would be excellent if, like, Kakashi was, like, the badass one, and then, like, every morning, Guy ran around the village, and he was like, it's time to wake up and do push-ups with me, you know?
Imagine that's how you look at the whole
Oh my
village.
god, Kokage!
Yes, that's a really good line. But,
So cute.
fucking-
Hulk Hogan. Remember
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah. Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Way back. No, but fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Yeah.
has this app where you can like sign up for it, and the alarm goes off because he wakes up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
to go
to eat
the
his
gym.
8 pizzas?
Exactly, yeah, and you can get it so that you sign up for the app, and every morning he gets on the app and he's like, "Hey guys, about to go to the gym. You're beautiful. Your day's amazing," and he just like hypes people up on his way to the gym, which is fucking awesome. And I can
Yeah.
really see Guy doing that, but physically running
life.
around the entire village because like
Yeah.
that would be part of his training, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they'd be really good Kokages.
Aw, yeah,
Cute.
Kokage.
Yeah, I've never
My
thought of
favorite
that.
thing I've ever said.
Yeah, that's really good. Kakashi and Guy, Kokages 2020. At the okay, so here's the weird Iruka Naruto ship moment because
Yep.
this shit is
Oh.
freaky. We
weird.
cut to the academy, and Iruka's like, he's like, oh. So all of the kids in the class are outside. They're in like gym. They're running laps, and Iruka's like, I wonder how the exams are going. Well, no. I wonder how Naruto's match is going. Well, I hope he won. And then he like scolds himself because he's like, oh, but Neji was my student too. I should vote for everyone. But then he's like, well, I guess it's okay that I love Naruto. Like, that's fine. And then the kids run up to him and they're like, hey.
They clock him so hard.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
go, are you thinking about Naruto again? Like, fucking how often do you think he goes off into tangents where he comes back and he's like, oh, sorry, just thinking about Naruto. Yeah, and he's like, hey, you guys are supposed to be running laps. Remember that time that I told you to run laps? But they're like, oh, no, we already ran all of the laps that you told us to. You've been daydreaming about Naruto for a really long time. So weird, right?
Yeah,
I mean, am I
really
crazy?
odd.
Terrifying.
But he just sits there and it's like, Naruto.
Hanson.
Like, no.
Come here.
I know, like I get it. Iruka is Naruto's like surrogate father figure, like that's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This is weird, right? It's like a little much. I don't know. Anyways, the kids are like, hey, since you're so busy thinking about Naruto, why don't you cancel class? But Iruka's like, well, no, I'm not doing that. And the kids scatter back across the courtyard, but then they notice the smoke and the all of the war that's breaking out over the
the
village.
actual reason to cancel class.
Exactly, yeah, the fucking terrorist attack. A squad of...
Oh.
What?
I didn't think of it as a terrorist attack, but it.
Yeah, no, it's like a straight up domestic
No,
terrorist
this
attack.
is terrorism right here.
A squad of ninja. So we cut away, and it's like atop some ninja building, and a squad of ninja ask Ibiki, the head of the torture department. They're like, "Hey, should we send reinforcements to the border?" And he's like, "No, wait, because we don't know the full picture yet, and Orochimaru is our villain, and that's scary." And then he lays down a little bit of exposition. He's like, "Oh, you remember Orochimaru used to be like the fourth Hokage, and no, he wanted to be the fourth Hokage."
I was like, what?
Yeah, no. He, but Orochimaru was passed up for the job, and that supposedly is what sort of put him on the path to severing his ties with the village.
Which is like,
hating
dude,
the villain.
really?
I know.
Like, come on.
I feel like there's definitely more to the story.
Oh, most
you know,
definitely,
but
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Like, it's Orochimaru. This guy...
also, I think we get some clues as to like how old Orochimaru really is,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
Ibiki is like, when I was a little kid, I remember being terrified of Orochimaru and like thinking that he's more of a monster than a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he isn't human, which
Yeah.
I feel like is definitely going to be foreshadowing. Like, he doesn't seem like he's human.
Mhm.
I just see that coming
Yeah.
around.
No, and it very well may. But yeah, I think it's interesting because if Orochimaru was trained by the third Hokage, and like the third Hokage is old as fuck, so like Orochimaru is probably really old too. And I guess Jiraiya looked old, and Jiraiya is one of the Sannin. And
Yeah.
so I guess you would assume that they're all around the same age. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the point of a podcast.
I'm thinking
That's right. Another ninja arrives and tells Ibiki of the advancing giant 3 snakes and the army of sand shinobi that are advancing with it. Ibiki commands the ninja to help stop the creature, but when they arrive, they all like team up to breathe a bunch of fire at the giant snakes, but it just like doesn't work at all. Back at the arena, the ninja that are awake recognize Orochimaru restraining the third Hokage, and they're like freaking out, and Sakura tries to warn Sasuke in the arena below. She's like, Sasuke, look out for... And then, obviously, Sasuke ran off because he's chasing after Gaara, so that does nothing. Suddenly, 2 sound ninja flanking Kabuto leap towards Sakura, kunais poised to strike. She cowers in fear, but Kakashi, in an incredibly badass move, swats them aside effortlessly.
Kakashi's so
So
fucking
cool.
cool.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I want Kakashi to be my dad. Sorry, Dad.
I want him to be my husband.
I was gonna say I wanted to be my
Oh
dad.
my god.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you guys be
Yeah.
my stepmom?
There's a lot happening right now. A lot to process.
No, but it's so fucking cool. And that, like, it's in the manga, I think it's like a full page spread of him, like, bam, with his arms out protecting Sakura.
Wacha!
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's very, like, teacher taking care of, like, student, you know?
No, you got the word. I'm proud of you.
No, it's very cool, though. And he's like, hey, Sakura, stay still, just take cover, while Guy and I and some other random
Guy
dude who's
and
also
I
awake. Did you guys see
and
that
this other
fellow?
random dude.
That guy with the sunglasses who's just, like,
Ooh.
kind of there. Did you see him?
No.
He's only in, like, 2 shots, but
I
it's...
didn't notice him.
Didn't
no.
Yeah, it's just a
notice.
random ninja who's
It's Shino's
also
dad.
because he's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
I guess you know
That'd
him
be
now.
really funny.
But yeah, they work together to try and take out some of the shinobi. Guy wonders if they should be doing more to help the third, but Kakashi's like, hey, bro, listen. I know the Hokage's old, but he's the motherfucking Hokage. He's got this shit. He can handle himself.
Which is the same attitude Naruto should have gotten when Kakashi told me shut up.
About Sasuke.
Yeah, he's got this.
This isn't even the first time, though, because remember back in the Land of Waves when they're, like, walking there, they sort of, like, explained who the Hokage was?
Yeah.
And all the kids were like, he's old as fuck. Like, he's lame.
He's old as fuck.
Yeah, like, he's really lame. But, and then Kakashi was like, don't underestimate him. He's so...
There hasn't been a
Kakashi-
terrorist attack in so many years.
I feel like Kakashi must know something about the third, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
always repping his set, you know? He's
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker's strong as hell. So we cut to the Hokage and Orochimaru, and Orochimaru's like tearing up.
Yeah.
And the
which
Hokage's
is
like,
weird.
is this from, are you so happy?
You having a
that you're
staring contest
crying?"
right now?
But,
You're
yeah.
about to fucking kick some ass.
He's like, are you happy that you're doing this? Or maybe are you like subconsciously sad that you're going to kill your former teacher? And then Orochimaru...
Fucking talk no jutsu.
In
ass.
truth, well, he's trying, but it doesn't work against Orochimaru because he's a fucking sociopath. And
He invented talk no jutsu, bro.
dude, he is a monster. He puts his hand in front of the third Hokage and stabs it with a kunai,
Yeah.
and it just starts pouring, like
Oh.
thickly pouring blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
it's very nasty. And he lets the third Hokage out of the like hold that he was holding him
Yeah,
in.
he takes his hand away with the kunai still in it.
Yeah, because
And he's just like hanging out there.
He's
like,
just
he's just
chilling
moving it. And I'm
with
like,
a kunai in his
I'm,
hand.
the entire time picturing like as you move, like there's gonna
Yeah.
be like gravity
Well, yeah,
pulling
because
on
they're
that knife
heavy.
either way.
The whole thing about
Yeah.
any sharp object that you throw is it's weighted so that it's balanced enough to throw in a straight line.
Yeah. Right.
Which means the handle of that is as weighted as the blade, which means it's just gonna wiggle around in him.
Yeah, it's just sticking out of his hand, and he's just talking like
But
normal.
I
and
think that-
it's
Right, no, but you're right. But the whole point of that, I think, is that Orochimaru is so sociopathic that it's the real, like, nothing on the inside, nothing on the outside. He just doesn't give a shit about anything
That's
at all.
crazy.
Yeah, and while he walks away with the kunai still in his hand, he's like, no, don't care about you. Really, I'm just tired, and I stabbed my hand to wake myself up. Now I'm awake. I'm not driven by revenge or spite. I just want to shake up the world. Like, he's kind of like, I like to see things in motion, and peace makes things stand still. So I'm just fucking things up, and the first step towards that is destroying the leaf. Kakashi and Guy continue battling the sound ninja in the stands until Kakashi eventually lands in front of Sakura once more, just through the process of battling. And there, he's like, this is when he says that thing. He's like, oh, good thing I taught you Genjutsu release when we were doing the bell exercise.
And they mentioned like the Land of Waves.
He says the he says the genin like training exercises.
Yeah.
He's talking about the I think he's talking about the bell shit. Like the thing that we mentioned earlier with the Sasuke genjutsu.
I did smoke 3 cigarettes before coming here. My brain's fried.
I don't.
Ooh,
I like how you guys don't question if I did because I was with you the entire time.
It's true.
From and here.
I don't know. Maybe you had your head down. I don't. Maybe you were smoking a cigarette just now.
In here, so above the fire.
I don't know. Smoke no jutsu.
Smoke no jutsu.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just inhales all of it.
Isn't that weird that
it lives in him.
Like we've seen every time a jutsu happens, there is constant smoke. Yet the Kazekage air quote, we had to use smoke bombs.
I know, and those were like whole ass grenades.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
What's the truth?
I know.
That's so weird.
But anyways, so yeah, this is like the end of the episode. Kakashi lands in front of Sakura and he's like, "Thank God I taught you how to not fall asleep because right now you have to
Don't fall asleep."
Yeah, but not fall under genjutsu because you have to wake up Shikamaru and Naruto. When they rise, they will face a new mission. Their first A-rank assignment since the Land of Waves.
Ooh.
So that's the end of the episode. I got fucking chilled.
Yeah, that was a good
I'm
ending.
so fucking excited for next week.
Like-
There was not much in my body keeping me from like continuing to watch.
Dude,
Yeah.
like really, when he said "since the Land of Waves," I was like,
Oh my god.
"Oh shit!" Shit's
They
gonna
rocked
get
Ali and
so
Emma
weird.
all the way back at bar. Like
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So obviously, what'd you think?
Wait, did you guys listen to the new outro?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
How was
I
it?
forgot to.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You're bugging. No, it's great. It's better than the last one they were
Gosh.
doing.
I like the chibi. Also, the animation is just Naruto's
No,
back.
okay, not
and he's not even
animation.
well drawn.
I'm talking just the song.
I don't know, man.
Just the
Look,
song.
maybe I need to listen to just the song.
The intro song is fire.
Oh, yes. Not specifically the part they pick for the show, but the full song itself. There's so many great parts that they just don't use in the show.
I don't love the intro and the outro right now. I do like the intro a lot more. I liked that outro during the training thing.
That was fun.
All the little cartoon versions of them walking around.
The outros have great videos, but this one I think song-wise is better.
Yeah.
For sure.
I thought.
Let us know what you
Okay.
think, people at home.
Yeah, give us your intro
Tell
and outro
me
thoughts.
who's more valid, me or Liam.
I don't know. I don't know. Not my favorite songs. But Katie, what'd you think of the episodes?
I enjoyed them. And like this usually isn't my thing. Like I can follow the fights when they're one-on-one and it's like, okay, now this person's gonna fight this person and now this person's gonna fight that person,
Which
where
made
it's like
the
battles.
past arc, which has been nothing but one-on-one
Exactly.
fights.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
So I find it a lot harder to follow what's going on when it's like everybody's fighting all at once in different places and like
these
all of
episodes
this,
were literally war breaking out.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so like I was like, oh wait, Gaara's gonna fight the Proctor, like things like that. I'm like, I did not understand what was going on. So like things like that are more likely to happen,
Right.
which is not my favorite.
Fair.
But still, it was good.
Yeah.
Like I still enjoyed my time watching it, and I do want to watch. I did want to watch ahead as well, and we're not going to get to.
Yeah,
for
it
so
gives
many
you
weeks.
a hell of a cliffhanger. What about what did you guys think?
Oh, so many weeks.
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were so good.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited. I'm elated that I keep predicting shit, even if it's in my own head. I just really like Naruto, and these episodes I feel like really I love action. I'm the complete opposite of Katie. Like if there's not a million things going on, I get bored.
Yeah.
And I like grew up on action movies, so this was literally
And
every action movie I've ever seen, and I was so
Especially
excited.
fucking 66 and 67 were like that was like Gaara and Sasuke, and that was everything. 68 was just like, hey, this
Everything.
is gonna happen. Yeah, everyone is
It was
moving.
so
There's so
I'm
many moving
so
parts.
excited because
Yeah.
this is literally just the beginning of
But
it.
did the Gaara Sasuke fight live up to the hype? I mean, like nothing happened. You know what I mean?
I think
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
But I think that leaves an opening for a future Gaara and Sasuke fight.
oh, like
Like
if
a
he catches up to
rematch?
them.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true, and that probably is going to happen.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I don't know. Just so many things happen that kind of overshadowed the fight.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think it's kind of necessary because the idea of the fight happening and then like all those ninjas moving around and then
Yeah.
'Cause
the
that-
big reveal. It was
That
cool.
fight was meant to be like a distraction.
Yeah.
And
Right,
then
and it
Gaara
really
was
was.
supposed to
I got
transform,
distracted, yeah.
and then they were gonna do the whole thing. So if it had been like this really fucking awesome fight, and then the whole war happened, essentially,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been as successful. I feel then
And
when it was like everybody was like, okay, that's it.
And the fact
He's
that they
crying because his arm's bleeding.
Right,
like,
right.
What?
And I like that they interrupted the fight with the war because it's like this fight has been being built up to since like the Forest of Death. Since
Yeah.
like really since As a matter of fact, since episode
when he
8,
was on
since
the
you guys
street.
joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, when fucking do you remember fucking Gaara the
He was
Bat
hanging
Boy?
upside
Our
down.
first ever
Yeah.
episode with these two. Yeah, when fucking Sasuke threw the rock at him or something like
Yeah,
that.
and he's hanging upside down like a fucking
Yeah.
emo ass.
And-
And he's
and
like,
so-
don't ever do that to me.
Yeah, so I guess we thought that these episodes were going to be the payoff to that, but instead it's like, no, even more time. And now Sasuke's chasing after them.
means that it's going to be so fucking worth it if they
When they
ever
fight.
do fight.
Ooh, I want to
Yeah.
see that so bad.
That'll be good.
All right, so Raj, did you have any extra thoughts about these episodes per...
Pee pee poo poo. Let's get into some reader responses.
Oh, no.
What?
Actually, not reader responses.
No, what?
New segment! Hey guys, welcome. Well, no, I've already done the welcome section. The point is, here is arbitrary arc assessment, which we do at the end of every story arc in
okay.
Naruto, which you'll recall
Yes.
from episode 7.
Yes, I remember this.
So, Morgan and Katie, and I guess Raj, because you probably don't remember this very specifically.
No.
Did y'all expect the arc to end today?
No.
Right?
No,
Like
not
last
at
week.
all.
You said today that this was the end of the second season because it was the end of an arc, and I feel like the arc didn't end.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, they just kinda
you
set
said
up
at
so
the
many more
beginning of recording today, and I was like, it is?
Like, this doesn't
The thing
feel
is,
like an end
the,
of an arc.
the way that they separate it is that it's the Land of Waves arc, the Chunin Exams arc, and then the Operation Destroy Konoha
Oh,
arc.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Because,
guess
like,
that does make sense because it is the technical end of the Chunin
Yeah,
exams,
and like
because
Genma
obviously
said-
they can't go on.
Right, the exam is like over.
Yeah.
So like.
So no.
Which doesn't feel like the exam is over, because the exam just got interrupted.
Right, I know, but.
Well, I
but-
don't think they're gonna be like, okay, this guy's dead. Let's continue.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
War's over. Everybody, just come on back into the stadium. Oh, is everybody awake now? No.
Wake up.
But yeah, what did you guys think of the arc overall? I mean, like this arc is generally considered to be the best arc in the
Oh,
show.
it was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like from the fucking Naruto waking up and going to meet them in the street, where everybody had that like first brawl, all the
Yeah.
way up to now is one arc. So
Yeah.
like, what's the?
Isn't it pretty much all of the time we've been on the show?
It's
No, it
literally
is.
all the time
Yeah.
we've been on the show. Yeah.
Okay.
That
So
was the whole thing. that
So
he-
okay, then I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, yeah.
I guess the question is, especially for you guys, and Raj, like you can say like what you
Yeah.
thought of the arc, but like for you guys, how like what did you since this is your first arc, what did you think Naruto would be like versus what it is, and like how do you think of the arc and like all that kind of stuff?
I never really knew what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
like coming into this. Obviously, I'd like heard small things about Naruto, but I'd never watched an anime like this. I'd
Yeah.
only ever watched like grown-up anime.
Sure.
But it like I feel like this arc is good for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's cool for kids because it's a kids show, but like I'm a whole ass 19-year-old lady
Yeah.
who's like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Naruto,
And
go Sasuke!
We had so much romance and drama and.
I don't even give a fuck about the
Yeah.
romance. It's just a fucking action.
And-
like, stab
No,
someone
the
with a fucking
romance is
kuna.
important.
I care.
Yeah.
Well, so you give some thoughts.
I also like this arc a lot. What I expected from Naruto was kind of more of like today's episodes.
Uh-huh.
Is like which I think is probably not inaccurate, but it was like less this arc than it was.
No,
than it is.
I think that this. Listen, people say this is the best arc of the whole show. I strongly disagree with that. It's a great arc, especially because like, and we'll talk about this right after you finish answering. But like, pretty much all of the characters in the show are introduced this arc. You know, like or at least mentioned. So like, it's great for setting things up, but like. The story goes so many places,
Yeah.
but this is indicative of the show. Like, there's romance, there's
Yeah.
drama, there's fights, there's written exams sometimes.
There's
Like,
written
you never know
exams.
what to expect.
Yeah, so I think I expected it to be just like all the time, all of these things are happening and everyone's fighting and there's just a war all the time.
Yeah.
Which is not what the show is like,
Right.
which is very pleasant.
So you had seen some anime before, especially like you had been like into some, right?
Yeah, but like the ones I'd seen, they're like it's like sappy romance
Right.
fun and like.
But you
or,
get,
like,
I mean, like, is that
Death Note.
totally unlike Naruto? I mean, like, with like the shit like Hinata meeting him at the training grounds on his way there, you know? Or
I
like,
guess yeah. I mean, there are like things that are repeated, like scenes like that, but overall, it's not the same vibe at all.
Yeah, but do you still? But so what's
I
the take?
very much have been enjoying Naruto. Like
Yeah.
I would continue watching it without the podcast probably.
Damn.
So
Me,
like,
no, me too.
yeah.
I even want to go back and watch from the beginning.
I recommend if you guys have the time over break, watch this first.
Oh,
19
yeah.
episodes. I recommend
I
it.
forgot that we're gonna all of a sudden have free time.
I don't know about that. I'm just gonna have time that isn't school time.
Yeah. Raj, what do you think of the arc? I mean, like, obviously, you knew who was going to win the fights.
Yeah,
and stuff, but,
yeah,
like,
no, I knew everything.
Right.
Not everything. It filled in a bunch of gaps.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize this was when we first learned the third Hokage's name.
I know.
Yeah.
Or that Orochimaru was his student.
Yeah.
And like
There's just so many things to it.
also Anko has a curse mark. I forgot that.
Forgot about
That's
that entirely.
wild.
Where is Anko? Forgot about her.
Closing panels.
But
Close the panel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good reason why everyone thinks it's like the best arc. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think there are better ones, but
It's a good sample.
it's a great, like, that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch the first 2 episodes and then it gets good, right? Like, the first episodes suck ass, then it gets good. But this one, like, you start from the Chunin exam, boom, you're in.
I love the Land of Waves arc, but you're right. If you start from the Chunin exams like you guys did, and we're fine, it like, and that's
Is your favorite arc the one that we missed?
no,
No, we're not there.
My favorite arc is like 100 episodes away.
Yeah, we are far from favorite arcs.
Yeah. So, but here's something interesting about this arc is that basically, like I said, every character is for a while at least. Well, actually, pretty much every character before Shippuden we know now, or at least we've heard about.
Yeah.
What about those guys that we met that have designs?
what
So
I'm
you're saying that we know them?
Yeah,
even though we don't know them?
or like we've never met fucking the third Sannin. Tsunade, the lady.
Yeah, but we've heard
her name.
Got it,
or
got
like
it.
Sasuke's brother,
Oh, but
Itachi.
yeah,
we
we
know his
know.
name.
Everybody that
a
will be
lot
relevant,
of foreshadowing, a lot of
come up.
layers. Especially the ending of
Alright.
this arc is like insane
Who
foreshadowing.
are all of your favorite characters in this arc? And specifically relating
Like new ones?
Yes.
New ones?
Yeah, is that a good precedent to set? Or just
New ones?
who's the standout of the arc? You know what I mean?
Just because new ones for you, like this is your first thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay,
That's why
so-
I asked because I was like, I don't
because I
know.
don't
Well,
see
it could be Naruto.
and
or
there
like
are
Sasuke,
exactly
yeah.
because there are arcs going forward that I can think of right now where my favorite character is an old character.
Yeah.
So just who is the standout character of the arc for you? You know?
Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so
Without a
Lee.
doubt. Not even
Yeah.
Hinata.
Well, also Hinata, but also Lee and Guy are.
Yeah, this
just
is Lee's
incredible.
arc.
This is
isn't
Lee's
it?
arc.
Yeah.
It so is too.
Like,
Like, I'm
so
thinking about
good.
it.
Like I love her over the show, but like I feel like she wasn't like she wasn't. It wasn't her.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, especially
she's
since
not, like,
Lee in this arc, we see him like this is the first time we meet him.
Yeah.
We have his introduction. We see him grow, and now supposedly he'll never be a ninja again.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
we see this motherfucker's entire life in
Okay.
this arc.
My favorite character from the arc, like just as a whole character, like fighter, person, everything,
Yeah.
is Lee. But my favorite just fighter,
Yeah.
I think, is Shikamaru.
Yeah, I loved that fight.
Yeah, that was so
Shikamaru-
cool.
Like his fighting, and
Yeah.
just like because obviously as a character she's like, ugh, what a drag, and then like that's it.
I like that he's randomly
The
from
misogyny.
Naruto now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There's
folksy
nothing more.
misogyny.
But as a fighter, like it's really cool to watch him just kind of like think, and the whole like,
Yeah.
oh, he's making a plan thing,
Right.
And he's actually a genius. Like that was really fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Me and
Okay.
Morgan have just done that to each other every once in a
the
while
thinking
throughout like the
goes
last
on.
week. Yes.
That's funny. No. Oh, that's interesting though. What a conclusion for us to come to that the Chunin Exams arc is ostensibly Lee's arc. Like this is
Yeah.
the arc where
Yeah.
Lee is the main character. That's really interesting. Any other?
Which is sad because I want to see more of him, and
Yeah.
you know, but we can't because
I
he's
know.
broken.
Well,
Well,
we can see more of him. We just can't
that's
see more
true.
of him.
But
doing
like,
things.
so yeah, if
Yeah.
you were to like assign arcs main characters, I guess like the last arc's main character was Haku or Zabuza. What would you say? I don't know. Or Naruto, I guess. You got a
Last
bridge
main
named after him.
Arc. Definitely.
Like the whole like beginning.
I
of
feel
season.
like Naruto can't have an arc because he has a show.
Yeah.
No, that's not true
Like
because
later he might, but like this,
Land of Waves is hard because everyone grows and then kind
I
of
know.
abandons
I
it.
feel like it's Haku's arc.
It's
if I'm
Haku's
being
arc,
real.
most
because,
definitely.
Like, because if we're basing it on, because like obviously Naruto's the main
No,
character.
okay, if progression wise, like Naruto,
Yeah, like-
what he learns is there's like he didn't even learn anything.
Right.
Like the Nine Tails happened and then he didn't even realize.
So it's like who in the arc, like within the context of just this story arc, who starts their character, grows, climaxes, and like has a denouement.
Haku hits every one
Yeah.
of those. Sasuke gets literally. He's like, he
but
fights
we do
good.
think Sasuke dies.
Well, but then that's the end of his character.
Yeah, and he continues to.
And
be
then
a
at the
bitch.
end, then he's a total bitch for the rest of that.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, "Oh, my brother, you got." And didn't even mention his brother, so
Right.
he just had like. So all we knew is that he failed his mission and he died. There was no progression there. He was just a good fighter, whatever. His whole gimmick was, "I'm better than Naruto."
I like this. I'm gonna write this down for next time we have an arbitrary arc assessment. Who is the real hero.
What should the show really be called?
Yeah,
We Talk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lee Talk.
Le Talk.
That's a really bad
Le
name.
Talk, the French version
That's
of
what
us.
NaruTalk's called in France.
Le
NaruTalk. Le Talk.
Le Talk,
Le
Le
Talk
Talk.
du Narut. C'est une bonne title. I don't know how to say title in French. Any other uppy thoughts? I mean, this is it. This is the end of the Chunins. And like this is like Naruto fans out there who are listening are like, man, I love the Chunin arc. Like this is like a
I have
thing.
something to say.
What?
Thank you for having us for this arc.
Thank you for joining.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for
I
joining.
feel like it's a fun thing that we do now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've just kind of completely changed as a human being now,
Yes,
having
and
watched some Naruto.
You guys have really come into your own as co-hosts, I must say. Yeah,
I
I
love
loved
sappy
it.
stuff. When you said new segment, I was really pissed because I have to pee.
I have to
And
be so bad.
So bad. So I'm just hearing like.
Do you wanna?
No, we can keep going.
Okay.
I've held it so much now. The anger is keeping me going.
All right. But
I'm not angry at all. Actually, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
You both are so wonderful.
yeah, no, you guys are really fantastic.
The transition
and we
was
know
so
that
smooth.
Raj loves white women, so.
That's
Oh,
famously.
Yeah, I might denounce white women soon. I'm kind of tired of them.
Save it for after the break. This is, people tune. Last time you wanted to find out if Raj learned how to skateboard. This time you want to find out if he still loves white women.
Tune in next time.
But before we leave this section and move on to reader response, we at the end of every arc we make up an arbitrary rating system based on nothing at all and give it to it. So you have to like rate the arc, you know.
Yeah.
But since this only happens once every like maybe 20 episodes, we have no standardized way of doing this, and it's just completely random. But I would give, and try and desperately think of something while I give this,
Oh, jeez.
I would give the Chunin Exams arc 2 leg weights out of 2 leg weights.
That's a lot of leg weights.
Yeah.
I would give this a solid 4 pervy sage spotting girls
Nice.
out of 5 girls.
I forgot to mention Jiraiya. I love Jiraiya.
Jiraiya's
I know we
insane.
canceled him and he's terrible and everything, but those episodes were a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, they were
Okay,
a lot of fun.
so 4
Yeah,
creeped
it was
out girls
very
getting
fun
spotted
to
by
talk about.
Jiraiya out of 5 creeped out girls getting spotted by Jiraiya.
That's a pretty good score.
Yeah. So how many creeped out girls are you, Katie?
Oh, I'm also
up with your own.
creeped out.
Yeah.
Come
girls.
with your own. But how many creeped girls
But
would you?
also, how many creeped out girls?
Oh, out of your scale of 5 creeped out girls?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 5 creeped out girls.
Strong.
And then-
You brought the 5th one in there. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the girls are creeped out makes it a 4.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was gonna do Morgan's Hinata Moans, and I was gonna say 6. I don't know why, but
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna say 6 out of
Rewind.
6. Of
Re-say
Morgan's
it.
Specifically
Hinata Moans.
Morgan's, though.
Yeah.
You just said Hunata.
Did I really?
Ooh, no.
That's what Naruto says every time. He's like, Hinata? Like, Hunata?
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, so 6 Hinata Moans.
Yeah, out of 6.
Morgan, do you have
And
any
5
sort
I'm
of
out of
gonna give it.
completely arbitrary rating system?
I'm gonna give it 20 out of 20 bags of chips.
Ah,
Oh.
that was one of the ideas that I had for what to say. That's very good, yeah. Because as we know,
Did you
Choji-
brainstorm them ahead of time?
No, I was just
Ah.
thinking earlier. I was like, I guess I could say that, but not. I wasn't like brainstorming. Just a thought through my
I thought
head.
you might have had a list.
He's been taking notes since before we started the arc.
Yeah, no. This is
What could I
yeah.
rate
Before
it?
I started this podcast, I went through every arc and thought of things to rate them on, and that's
Arbitrarily, of course.
right, of course, and that's really what NaruTalk's all about. Anyways, it's also about all of you listening. So let's get in to your reader responses. First up, I want to ask, do you guys think, does the beard work?
Yes.
Yeah.
You already know my
Yes,
opinion
it
on
looks
the beard.
really good.
Like,
You literally already know my opinion.
Wait,
on the beard.
okay, so
Don't
we're
even
talking about your
fucking talk
beard,
to me.
right?
yeah.
Okay,
Speaking of
so for
visual
the audience
guy.
at home, we're talking about Liam's beard
Yeah.
currently, and it looks great.
Like, I know that, okay, listen, my hair really grows in like a 13-year-old in patches, right? The amount of, I like had a mustache over all of break because my mustache grows in like 10 times slower than the rest of the hair.
Word.
And like I've been shaving like just here because I get like those weird mutton chop things. Like I put a lot of work into trying to get a beard going. And like, like, is it bad? Is it like,
It looks great.
Yeah, it
You're
looks
rocking
good.
it.
You
like,
already know my opinion on the beard.
Yeah.
I told you, I fought for the beard.
Mhm.
I was like, Liam, don't shave the beard. And you're like, I think I'm going to shave the beard. And
And I
I was
didn't
like,
shave
don't
the
shave
beard.
the beard. And you're like, but this person said
Keep
to
it
shave
going,
the beard. And I
keep
was
it
like,
going.
don't shave
All
the
right.
beard.
in other news, before reader responses get into full swing, I ran into the people from outside from before we passed by that we said that I think we said we knew them, you know, and they
Yeah.
said that they are thankful that they're featured on the podcast, cackling outside. So
So good.
a small shout out to what not shout them out for real, right? I mean, they do music, right? They're our
yeah.
friends. So shout out to Ash and Julia.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
Ash Music and Julia Clot everywhere. They have albums out. Go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen to that.
Julia just put an album out.
Yeah,
like,
Julia Clot's
recently.
Brooklyn. Go
It's
listen
really
to that on Spotify and everywhere else you find music.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
shout out
about
them.
anything?
Shout out them.
And also the biggest of big shout outs to our legendary Ichni-san-shi. Wait, Ichni-san-shi, right? Is it she? Oh, how do Japanese numbers go?
What?
Japanese.
Sheen's 4.
Yeah, Ichni-san-shin, right?
I think so.
Shin? Yeah. Ichni-san-shi. It's like she. I thought it was Sheen, but it's she. Which is important because, our legendary now Sheenin.
Woo!
Yes.
That's
As of-
crazy.
I know. As of this week, us recording, I think I'm going to go back and put her name into the Christmas special because it all rhymes.
Yeah.
And I would want to be in that if I had just become a $10 patron. But because brand new a $10 patron who previously was at the $5 tier, who upped her patronage.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's
So
move.
much money.
Jay.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
We love you.
You're the
Really
best.
amazing.
Hey.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
I want to motivate myself to get a job, so why not give money to my favorite podcast?
Fucking legend. Thank you so much.
That's
Yeah, that's incredible.
Great
Yeah.
motivation is to give us money.
but what a sweet person.
No,
Yeah.
I
Jay's
always,
so nice.
It always blows my mind that people like care about this.
Yeah.
You know? And are like,
Everyone's so interesting. Me and Jay had like a whole conversation in the Discord about like lo-fi music.
yeah,
That was so much
awesome.
fun. No, Jay's a great person.
Yeah. Speaking of great people, everyone knows we love him.
Yeah.
It's Dave Mata.
Dave Mata, you legend.
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Dave Mata, and of course the next in the list I made that means nothing, Nina Kelly.
Woo,
Ninu. There are two
Yay,
longest
Nina.
patrons.
Nina.
Legendary.
Yeah, the two of them are really
The
they
best.
just
We
they
love
just like they were the like kickoff, you know,
Yeah.
like they and
They
yeah,
believed in us.
and Pro Hendrix, I finally know something about him, so I can talk
what
about
is
his
it? What is
strengths. He watches One Piece.
Yes.
Which, so One Piece, just for you guys to know, it's about, so Naruto is 700 chapters long, and the anime is like, I don't know, like 800 episodes long. One Piece just is about to pass its 1,000th manga chapter. It's the 12th best-selling book in history.
Is this the one you showed me the like intro for?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I always think it's weird that people don't know, like casual people don't know One Piece, because again, it's the 12th best-selling book in history.
Yeah.
The one series One Piece has outsold all of the lifetime sales of Batman and Superman, all comics ever.
Because I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
I know, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Anyways, Pro Hendrix has also seen it, and I read it like over the course of the past like year and a half. And we talked about it in the Discord a little bit, and it was nice. You know, it's always a real treat to meet somebody who also watches One Piece, because it's a
major legend.
Yeah, it's a life commitment that you have to make.
Yeah.
So huge thanks to all those people. They, unless I go back and edit it in, which will sound really weird. Yes, I probably won't. I don't think Pro Hendrix or Jay have shoutouts recorded in the next 2 episodes, because we recorded them like a month and a half ago. But like, such a shout out now that it carries over.
Yeah,
you know?
powerful.
We love you.
We love you.
I love you, and that's the next 2 episodes. It's echoing into. Yeah. But hey, let us know what you think of this podcast, of the Chunin Exams arc, of Jiraiya creeping on girls, of Lee and his story, of Hinata and her sex noises, of whatever.
Hinata and my sex noises.
And Morgan's sex,
Thank
which
you.
actually we've gotten a comment about several times. But yeah, ask questions, give comments, whatever.
I'm a little afraid to ask people to sell us what they think of Morgan's sex noises.
I am-
Tell me what you think of my sex noises. Thank you.
I'm thrilled.
By my sex noises?
Well, listen, our email is NaruTalkPod@gmail.com. I had no way to get out of there. I just had to jump back
I
into
was
it.
stuck in the sex noise.
Yeah, exactly. Our Facebook is NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast. YouTube is NaruTalk Pod. Next week, there's a video going up of Raj and I at Anime NYC.
Woo!
Yes, our Instagram and Twitter are both at NaruTalk Pod. You can use hashtags like NaruTalk, Naruto, Big Titty Anime Girlfriend.
Yes.
Raj will see you on that one.
I'll see you there.
Our website is NaruTalk.
BigTittyGothGirlfriend.com, WordPress, Weebly, GoDaddy.com.
Weebly.
It's good. Our website is, though, NaruTalk.wordpress.com. And, of course, our Patreon, www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. There's tiers on it. At $2, you get into our Discord, which is fun. I like it. Like, I'm glad that exists. Really, a lot. It's like, whenever I have a thought, like that time I made a channel dedicated to me reading the Star Wars books when I was really high, and I typed like an essay.
That entire channel, bro, I was on a bender, and then I look at my phone and I see a new channel of you just writing out.
Yeah, I was so high.
Like,
and I was like,
this is a mental breakdown.
You know what I'll do? I'll send this to all of our paying fans.
No, literally, you had no one to talk to. You're like, well, they're forced to be here.
Yeah, I was like, nobody in the world would listen to me talk about this book, except maybe the people who pay to be here.
So fucking funny. It's so funny. So funny.
But at the $5 tier, you get to listen to our bonus Rio Radio eps. I don't know. Fuck, I don't have it open. I'm not going to look. Rio Radio 5 is coming out sometime soon, and it's our 5 favorite things in 2019. Woo! And I bet it's amazing, but we're about to record it, so I don't know.
Let's find out.
But we're about to find out, and you can find out by pledging $5 at the Patreon. $25 tier gets you physical merch. No one signed up for that yet, but I want to make some, so sign up, you know?
Yeah.
But what matters is that any amount of money goes a long way, and it helps us, and we love it. So please help. Or don't, and that's okay too, because we love you. What am I saying? The point is, there's links for everything in the description below, so you can click that shit. And what did they say to the people that did click that shit? What did they, what's the response? Someone.
Please.
I have on Instagram at RD_Zeminem or ZMNM or yeah.
Probably Zeminem.
Yeah, okay. They said, I listened to just one podcast of yours for now, and it's so good. You deserve so many more weebs following.
Yeah, we do.
We really do. Thank you so much for suggesting that.
I always love it. Suggesting that we get more listeners.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
We really are.
More Gab.
Katie, can I borrow your phone?
Oh, sure.
Mine's going to die.
Do you know which one you're... Okay. I didn't know if I had to, like... Because I was thinking, should I take a voice break so I can edit it out? But, like, I'll just leave this.
That's
leave. People know what... It's especially after the past 2 weeks, which were just...
Yeah.
Insanity. Like,
we're just yelling.
Yeah, it's like, whatever.
This one's a long one.
Which one?
From Instagram user Brody Stanton.
Oh, sick.
I thought you were going to be an asshole and read the one that says Raj.
This is a long one. This is for Raj.
No, yeah, this is good.
They said, hey guys, just started rewatching Naruto for the first time in years and decided to look for a podcast doing the same.
Good idea for a podcast, right? Fucking great.
You guys are very funny and easy to listen to, in parentheses, getting me through work every day, end parentheses. So thank you, and please keep up the good work.
Yes.
Also, thought you might find this funny. I was very drunk with my older brother in Sydney one time, and we decided to pick each other cringy tattoos and have the other pay for it. I made him get a Russian gang sign and didn't explain for years to come. He picked out Sasuke's curse mark, thinking it was from some lame anime that we would totally get. So I begrudgingly got it, acting like it was embarrassing, but secretly fucking loved it, and the fact that he paid for it.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. Imagine drunkenly getting Sasuke's curse mark tattooed on you.
That's a great tattoo to have.
Hungover and blacked out and being like,
I would.
If you had to black out and get a tattoo from Naruto,
oh my God.
Honestly, curse mark's a good one.
Waking up and finding the curse mark on myself, I would be like, Orochimaru, what's going on?
Oh, no.
Well, I'll keep that in mind when I start doing stick and pokes.
Sneak into my apartment, stick and poke me with a curse mark.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Alright, so from Facebook, from Amelia Strope, they said, I met Liam and Raj at Anime NYC today while dressed as Hinata. We did meet you and you were fantastic.
Yes.
I love their energy, so I wanted to check their podcast out. I love it. I listened to the first episode on my bus ride home and was really impressed by the depth of detail into the history. Love the backstory of Masashi Kishimoto.
That's right, baby.
And think all 4 hosts were hilarious. Well, great news for you. 3 of them are gone at this point.
Yeah. I love when people message and they're like, I love the dynamic of you 4. I listened to 1 episode and I'm like, you'll still love the dynamic, but you're in for a surprise.
Yeah. Twist ending coming your way. I'll definitely keep listening. That was the end of the sentence. I don't know. That's more.
I'll definitely keep listening.
Thank you so fucking much.
I love that they said they loved our energy because we were really harassing people.
Yeah, we were selling ourselves so hard.
Check our fucking business cards.
Got it, man.
And if you the reason
Business cards.
Your
We
cosplay
have
was
business
amazing.
cards?
by
you
the way.
designed, of course, Morgab.
No, but Amelia, your cosplay was fantastic. You were so cool, and the fact that you even took our business card and went, maybe I will listen.
I know.
Amazing.
That's
And-
nuts that we meet people.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
We've met people.
And that's a
Well,
story
you've
for
met
you.
people.
When we're famous,
I
you
know.
get to tell
Cool.
that. You're a pioneer.
And I mean, if you're still listening, hopefully you are. Tune in next week.
And you get to hear about our journey there.
That's right.
And NYC.
Which is yeah.
So
So
I got excited that it was next week, but it's not really next week for us.
No.
no, it's
You guys have been hearing about next week for like the past month and a half.
Yeah.
I know, seriously. But hey, like, subscribe, rate, whatever you want to do.
Whatever happens.
It's all cool. If you're in the podcast app, leave a 5-star review. It's so easy.
So easy.
So
So
easy.
easy that I've done it.
That's and true to me too. No, it's true. But
That was good.
and hey, if you're doing it in the podcast app, we'll read it out if you leave a 5-star review. Because why would you leave anything other than a 5-star review? I mean, even if you have negative thoughts,
There's
you
like
know,
no reason to
as
leave
the
a
Joker
not
would
a
say,
5-star review.
all I have are negative thoughts. But put them in a 5-star review.
Why would you quote the Joker? Why would you do that to us?
Sorry. No. But even if it's negative, we'll read it out on the podcast. Oh, hey, here's one. We were talking about peanut butter earlier today.
Yes.
And famously, in the first couple episodes of this podcast, we shit on people with peanut butter allergies kind of a lot.
Yeah.
So here's a comment from Citronum.
We were just sick people
You
back
know,
then. We were
it's
evil.
me and Joshua, we were just making fun of people with peanut butter allergies.
Yeah.
And this
Wow.
person left a comment that is titled Allergy Gang. And they said, y'all need to give people with allergies a break. We can't help it. Love the podcast, though. Good work.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and that sounds like you problem.
I knew you would say that. Yo, Travis on Twitter, after you gave him a shout out, he was the one who was like, I don't like that they don't like Boruto. And you were like, sounds like a you problem. He texted me on Twitter, and he was like, I think it's so awesome that Raj told me it was a me problem.
I fucking love it. I love Travis so much. Oh my god. But no, like if you have an allergy, that sucks. We all have them.
Yo,
Uh,
back in the day, before I was informed about EpiPen prices, I
Yeah.
was like, yo, get over your allergy, bro. What are you doing? But like, fuck Big Pharma, man.
big fuck.
They
you to
have
Big
like
Pharma.
a generic EpiPen that is not like the automatic injector.
Uh-huh.
That's way fucking cheaper,
Yeah.
but way more dangerous.
Yo, I know, and like I'm not even informed enough to talk about it, but like the whole EpiPen thing is so fucked
Yeah.
up.
But
Yeah,
having an allergy sucks.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sorry that your body is doing that to you.
Yeah.
And I hope you get to enjoy things.
as someone whose body is constantly in a state of tingling.
Oh yeah, everything's decaying. Isn't that crazy? I'm allergic to life itself. So trust me, I get where you're coming from.
That's a good album
Saucy.
title.
I'm
Yeah.
allergic to life itself.
But hey, tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell
Yeah.
your whatever.
Maybe
tell...
don't tell your lovers
No,
if you
no.
want to keep your lovers.
No. After you've made sweet, sweet love to them, whisper into their ear, listen to NaruTalk. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't that why you made this? So you could show, so that it was like, if
As-
you're showing your significant other, this is the show that I love.
As a matter of fact, it
Yeah.
is
So
ultimately.
therefore,
Yeah.
show
Well,
your
especially
lovers.
no. Seriously, though, if you're a big time weeb, right, and you're dating a girl who's never seen Naruto, and
Yeah.
you're like,
I regularly date girls who have never seen Naruto.
No,
Right?
what you gotta do is you gotta be at that phase when you're talking to someone that they'll kind of just do whatever you ask them to.
yeah,
Like-
Oh, I did watch JoJo's.
that's
No,
what I'm
literally.
saying.
I watched. Okay, I was really into this one girl,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Hey, you should watch this entire Netflix series." So I did,
Ugh.
and then not only did I watch it, I had to lie that I was constantly ahead.
Yep.
Because I didn't want her to think that I was not watching
Well,
it.
of course.
So I'd have to backtrack, but also watch it.
The
It
amount
was so
of
much.
country songs that I know on guitar and Mayday Parade that I know on piano, purely from girls that I've tried to impress in the past, is horrifying. But if you really like anime, and specifically Naruto, and if you want your lover to recognize that Naruto's good, don't show them the anime.
Oh,
It gets
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
But show them this podcast.
That's exactly what I'm
because
saying.
we're fun people.
Yeah, I feel
and
like-
they get to listen to my sex noises.
Yeah, and you know, maybe that'll help in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
Put on
Take
a little bit of
tips.
yeah, exactly. We talk about
Take
sex
tips.
and the shaft too.
Stop.
And then when you're done, season his balls.
Yes.
Season his balls, fellas.
Yeah. Well, big thanks to our graphics team, Glenn Federico and Ali Caruso.
Ow.
And here's a little outline for the upcoming episodes, folks, because this is we're taking a little break because we have break in school, basically. And so the next 3 episodes are going to be, in this order, Raj and Liam at Anime NYC. It's going to be Raj and I just sitting down, having like an hour and 20-minute talk.
Chat.
Yeah, just about our time at Anime NYC. It's really funny, and I strongly recommend that you listen. And then we're going to do 2 best of episodes. The first is going to be episodes 1 through 7, and then the second one is going to be episodes 8 through 18, which is Everything with Ali and Emma is going to be the first one, and the second one is going to be up to the live show, and including the live show probably. And then we'll be back on Raj's birthday. Woo! January 27th.
We'll be here.
With the Raj's birthday special, episodes 69, 70, and 71.
Are we really recording my birthday?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're releasing on your birthday.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
We should force everyone at my party to like listen to NaruTalk. It's my birthday, bro. You can't
Now's our chance. We can't lose this marketing opportunity. No, but we do record episode 69 for your birthday, so, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so stay tuned for those 3. And I would reckon that those, speaking of showing to your lovers, those best of episodes are probably a really good way to like show somebody the podcast like quickly, you know? And
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to be editing out some highlights into like...
That'll be great for me considering I have 5 minutes of.
Yeah. They listen to 5 minutes of that and
Yeah.
bada bang,
Make it
bada...
10 minutes.
Exactly. Oh, you mean another 5 minutes? I thought you were going to say you were listening for 10 minutes, but no, just another 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, 2020 is coming up, so you can... Oh, fuck! This is the New Year's special! I
is
forgot
it.
about that.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's,
Happy
everyone!
New
Yeah, this
Year!
comes out on December 30th, so... Yeah, it's like... So,
Happy end of this year!
yeah, right, we already said that.
The end of this year.
Look, the point is... Good... Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Best.
you.
Good, thank
Wonderful
you.
time.
You are the best. And, as always, from all of us here at NaruTalk Pod... Sorry, I threw you guys all off. The point is... Be safe, have fun, believe it.
Good day to you and a Happy New Year.